Untitled, yeah, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. Oh, as long as you know. Oh, no, oh, yeah. I always get mine. I always get what I want. I always get mine. I always get what I want.
Good morning. My name is Georgia. I'm your host for today, coming to you live from the I Said Yes wedding show at Hilton Orlando on International Drive. Thanks for joining us at our virtual show today, where we're going to bring to you over 30 wedding experts with lots of information on their services, tips, and tricks on how you can plan the best day ever. Don't forget, towards the end of the show today, we're going to have some wedding dresses being showcased, as well as a prize giveaway. So make sure you stay around until the end. We're excited you have joined us, so sit back, relax, put your feet up, and I'm excited to bring to you today Shannon Tarrant with the Wedding Venue Map. Welcome, Shannon.
Hi, Georgia. Thanks for having me.
Of course. So I want to start by asking you, what is it that Wedding Venue Map does?
Wedding Venue Map is an online and print resource for couples searching for the perfect wedding venue in Central Florida. They get their hands on the map at one of these amazing wedding shows like I Said Yes or any of our local bridal salons, and they can see every single venue available in the Central Florida area, then go onto the website, search, sort, and narrow down by exactly their perfect venue criteria.
That sounds exciting. How many venues are there approximately in Central Florida?
Oh, there's so many. We have about 400 venues in our Central Florida area.
Wow, 400. That's a lot of venues. So tell me, Shannon, how does someone narrow it down? What are some options to help them make that choice?
Yeah, usually as the couples got engaged and is starting to have that conversation, one of the best ways to do is to really figure out the guest list. Exactly how many people are they inviting to attend the wedding, how many are gonna show up, so they can use that guest count as a way to narrow it down. And then the other easy criteria is really the style of venue. Are they looking for something really elegant and blingy, like a ballroom with big chandeliers, or something maybe more like barn ranch, relaxed? And so having a good idea of how many guests and what the style of venue they're looking for really can narrow the list from like 400 to 75 really quick.
Oh, that's awesome. I know at I Said Yes FL, we really celebrate the uniqueness of Florida weddings. So the service that Shannon offers is fantastic to help you choose the unique venue that's just right for you. So tell me something, what is one of the question you get asked the most?
Oh, I think people are always looking for this magical unicorn venue, and they're like, but which ones are not on the website? And I said, they're all on the website. We really search to find every single option available, including breweries or new venues that opened just yesterday. So I think the new venue, whichever the newest ones are, is the one we get asked the most often. What just opened, because maybe their friends haven't gotten married at that venue yet.
So they're looking, in other words, for something no one else has done.
Yeah, they want something unique and different and not kind of overplayed in their friend circle.
But honestly speaking, with over 400 venues, it's pretty easy to not get married at the same place someone else did, right?
Yeah, there's so many choices if you're looking for outdoor ceremony or indoor ceremony, or, and really being able to find the criteria that's most important to you.
So do you have a bit of advice maybe for our listeners today about how to choose their venue?
Yeah, I think the most important part is to actually go and see the venue, is to take the time, book the tour, because as much as you can research online and gather the information, it's meeting them, even coming to wedding shows like the I Said Yes show, and being able to meet some of the venues and the vendors and things. That's really where the interaction. Online doesn't always just do our wedding vendor community justice.
Got you. That's some fantastic information. Shannon is here all day at the show at her booth. So if you have any questions for her, make sure you stop by your booth if you're able to come in today and look her up online. Her information's on your screen. Thanks for joining us today, Shannon.
Thank you so much, Georgia. Have a great day today, and come stop by for venue info.
Thank you. Shannon, your phone and your mask. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We hope you're continuing to sit back and relax as we shift into the next person. We're excited. We're with ISaidYesFL.com if you're joining us today, and we're already mic'd up. So we're just number 2, so we're still learning the routine here. Thank you to the crew here with Oh Marvelous Productions who's setting us up. All right, so today, next we have Jason, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And Jason, tell us the name of your company.
We are the Copper Piano Dueling Pianos.
And tell us what the Copper Piano Dueling Pianos does.
Well, we provide a variety of live entertainment from ceremony music to instrumental cocktail or dinner music to our signature dueling piano show. So our dueling pianos focus a lot on audience participation, song requests from the guests, but of course we work closely with the couples to make sure that they're getting what they want as well. So
That's wonderful. I hope that I get to see one in person at a wedding here coming up soon. So tell me, what is your favorite part about being part of the wedding for the couple?
I think just meeting the couple in the beginning stages of the planning and just kind of getting to know them along the way, working closely with them, kind of getting to know them. And I look at myself as part of the family. Now they probably don't, but that's how I treat it. You know, I mean, this is a special day for the couple. Everything needs to be just right. So I'm always listening, always paying attention, and then just to watch the relationship between not only the couple develop over the months planning up until the wedding, but also between the Copper Piano and the couple as well. So kind of all comes to fruition on the wedding day.
On wedding
so it's a lot
day,
of fun.
I love it. So tell me, how can they hear your performance? Is there a place they can go to listen? Do you perform live anywhere else that they can go listen?
Absolutely. So we're just getting back into doing live performances around Central Florida. We're all the way from Volusia County, New Smyrna Beach, down to Melbourne, all the way across to the West Coast as well, Clearwater, Tampa area, of course around Orlando as well. You can go to thecopperpiano.com and click on our events, our upcoming shows section. They're all listed out there, as well as our Facebook page.
And are you one of the performers? Are you actually playing and performing?
Yes.
And how long have you been doing it?
I've been doing dueling pianos about 11 or 12 years now.
Oh, wow, that's fantastic. So this is a great opportunity for your wedding, and I think you said reception and for ceremony, you said?
Yeah, we do reception, we do ceremony.
Cocktail
and,
hour.
Bachelorette parties, and even rehearsal dinners.
So definitely a great, if you haven't thought about live entertainment for your special day, definitely something to look into. Make sure you check out the Copper Piano Dueling Pianos.
Yes.
Do you have a piece of advice for them when they're choosing their live entertainment?
You know, I think just go with what your gut is. You know, music tells stories, and not to get too deep and sentimental in that, but it's very important. And I think to be able to choose that right live entertainment piece to get the music that you want versus just a set list necessarily, because all of our shows are unscripted, and that's why I love what I do. Every show is different. So
I know one question a lot of our viewers are asking is, do you do live appointments right now? Do you in-person appointments?
I do. Yes.
Okay, and they just contact you to make the appointment schedule.
Correct.
Do you do virtual as well if they're not ready to get together face-to-face?
Absolutely. Yeah, we've got all that covered, virtual or in person.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for being here today. I so appreciate it. And if anyone, again, if you come out to the live show, in-person show today, you'll be in your booth all day. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, George. Appreciate it.
All right, as we get ready for our next interviewee to come in, I'm excited for all of the variety of vendors we have today. Come on in, Stephen. You can actually find all of the information on these vendors on our website at isaidyesfl.com. If you see someone today at the end of our interviews, you can go right to the website, find their listing, and connect them directly from their listing on our page. So make sure you do that. I'm excited. It's always fun when you get to build relationships with the vendors, and that's something we've been able to do. This is Stephen Miller with Stephen Miller Photography. My first question for you, Stephen, is what makes your service and your company unique and special?
Absolutely. Well, we take a lot of pride in being very natural with our photography. So if I'm being totally transparent, we're not really great at Photoshop. And in a way, that's kind of a bragging right that we try to photograph as picture perfect in camera as possible so that we don't even need to touch Photoshop. That's the goal. But one thing that's really unique is we also try to be photographers with purpose. So one of the sessions that we offer are called Starry Night sessions, where we actually raise awareness about the problems with light pollution by taking couples to dark sky locations and seeing the Milky Way for the very first time and capturing them under that cosmos naturally. So.
If you have not seen those pictures by Stephen Miller Photography, you absolutely have to see his night sky photography. They're absolutely stunning. He does it right here in Central Florida, so if you've never seen the night sky in Central Florida, it does exist here. You have to find it out. He is your connection for that. So give us a piece of advice about choosing maybe your engagement session location for our couples today.
Sure, absolutely. Well, I always recommend stirring it up compared to your actual wedding venue. So if you have a rustic wedding venue, Consider a different setting for your engagement session just to stir up the colors and the atmosphere of the photos. Unless you just are absolutely a rustic couple, then you can certainly do a rustic location as well. But don't be afraid to ask your photographer for some recommendations too, because photographers like us, we've been so many places. Sometimes even wedding venues will allow you to have an engagement session on their property. So if you have a vision or some kind of the style that you want in your backdrop of your engagement session, ask your photographer.
Those are some great questions. And we actually at I Said Yes FL have worked with Stephen Miller and his team in the past on our cover. We love him. We're good friends.
Thank you.
And so we appreciate and value very much the work that his team does. So another question for you is, again, I keep asking this question a lot today, is are you doing in-person appointments right now?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yep.
And if we choose not to do an in-person appointment as an engaged couple, do you have virtual options also?
Absolutely.
That's good to know.
Absolutely.
And my timer up there is telling us we still have 1 minute, so we have just a few more questions for you. So tell me, what is your favorite part about wedding day and the photography service that you provide?
Ooh,
I know it's a hard one, right? I know.
That's tough. I would say it's the ceremony. Usually when the couple starts tearing up while they're exchanging their vows, I start tearing up. I just think it's just such a genuine part of the wedding day, and you can just really feel the love all around. It's one of my favorite parts.
And you get to capture that forever on their
absolutely.
photos. That's wonderful.
No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure, right. A piece of advice you want to hand out? You have about 30 seconds to tell them a piece of advice.
Absolutely. In regards to the photography department, take your time and make sure you get a chance to meet whoever your wedding day photographer is going to be. I've heard in the past some cases where they don't get to meet that person, and I really think that finding a personality match is one of the most important parts about finding a photographer, because they're really going to be with you for the entire day. They're going to be with you by your side more than any other wedding vendor on the wedding day.
That is an excellent piece of advice as we finish up with Stephen. Thank you, Stephen. We're going to trade
Thank
out
you.
to our next. Thanks for
Absolutely.
joining us to our next guest today. But he made a really great point. I've heard this over and over from couples and from photographers, that building that relationship in advance and making it sure that that photographer is somebody you really like. They get in your really intimate business during your wedding. Some brides actually have them in the room when they're getting dressed. So make sure it's somebody you're comfortable working with. I appreciate Stephen stopping today. Hello.
Hi.
I'm so excited that you're here. This is actually my first time meeting this group.
Yes.
So tell us who you are and who you're with and what you do.
Of course. So my name is Selena, and this is Michelle, and we are here with Crystal Event Rentals and Design, and we specialize in decor packages. So your centerpieces, your ceremony, all that kind of stuff, specifically designed for you, all built into packages. So you don't need to worry about renting individual items at all.
Okay, wonderful. So tell me a little more. When you say centerpieces, do you also do furniture, or is it just, sorry, you probably said it, but I'm still trying to keep up. Is it just table pieces again? So furniture also. So like my reception chairs, my everything?
So right now, our specialty is your centerpiece package.
Got it. Okay.
So it keeps it easy, and it's literally a package where you're going to get, normally you get your centerpiece statement piece. You're going to get charger plates, napkin rings, table number,
okay.
votives, whatever fillers you want. So it's kind of built in just to be a one-stop. You don't have to go out and purchase additional items after you get your centerpiece.
So you're making it really easy for the couples to say, okay, this is the look that I want on my table, and then this is how you're going to put that package together so they can look at it, right?
Yes.
So tell me how the couples can see some of the designs you've done.
Of course. So one of the amazing things that we offer is we offer design sessions for our couples. So we just finished building our design studio where our couples get to come in and they get to build your table. And
wow.
even today we have a sample table for couples to come in and get to play with some of our pieces. That way they fall in love with it. So by the time they leave the design session, they already have everything set in stone.
That was fantastic. So in case you didn't catch what she said, they actually have a table, you said a table, set up in their booth today at our in-person show. Just a reminder, your tickets that you have for the live virtual event right now are also good at our show today from 12 to 4, and they have it set up in their booth so you can come and touch and play and see how you want to design your wedding. So tell me maybe the most asked question that you get from your couples. Or
What's
one of
trending?
the most. Oh, what's trending? That's
Yeah.
a great one.
Yes.
Okay.
And all of this, I love all of that. The boho look is really picking up.
Right.
I think last year we saw a lot of rustic brides.
Yeah.
It was everything with the wood stumps and the mason jar look, and now we're really starting to see a flip with our clients with kind of that boho, more trendier looks.
And the couples that you're working with, they're going in, boho is running all through next year, right? All through 2021.
Yes.
And I'm sure that they will repeat this sentiment. You be uniquely you. Something
Right.
that we always say is do you, boo. It doesn't matter if everybody else is doing it, but if you're a couple that really wants to be on trend, they definitely have
Yes.
an idea and a grasp on what's trending right now. So let's ask another question. So how about, what's your favorite part? That's a good one. What's your favorite part about, we have about 30 seconds. So
Yeah.
what's your favorite part about working with the couples and setting up their design for their wedding?
I think the best part, and vendors can share this sentiment, when they see their vision actually like
Come to life.
tangible.
That,
Yes.
that's it.
And when
Yeah.
we get the tears, I mean, it makes us feel even
Yeah.
better because it's like, wow, we got your Pinterest board and maybe something you thought may have not been attainable, and we've put it in this beautiful package, and you're ready to go. So that excitement and weight off their shoulders,
Oh, wow.
that
Yes.
they're good.
I've been married 24 years and I already am excited to do it and I'm not even doing it. So I do have a child getting married, though my oldest child is getting married. So maybe there's an
Yes.
opportunity for me to enjoy it again. Thank you so much to both of you. It's a pleasure to meet you. Hopefully I can
Of
stop by
course.
your booth today as well.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank
I
you so
appreciate
much
it.
for having us.
Yes. All right, as we're changing out, my crew is telling me something, so give me just a moment. Oh, I got you. Sorry. Noah's here. We're just miking up. We got to make sure that you can hear him once he sits down, so no worries. A little information about what we do at I Said Yes FL. Not only are we doing this virtual show today, we have our in-person show, and we do those a couple of times a year in Central Florida in Daytona, and we're moving down to Tampa next year as well. We also do I Do's and Brews. They're like the ultimate wedding planning date night. The next one is November the 12th at Hourglass Brewery in Longwood. So if you haven't checked that out, you can go to, come on in, Noah. You can go to our website and click on the shows tab and go down to the I Do's and Brews right over here on the sofa for me. Thank you. You can go down to the I Do's and Brews and get lots more information, watch some really cool videos, and then throughout our show today, we're actually going to play one or two of those as well. So stay tuned to see how our I Do's and Brews are a little different than your traditional show. Welcome.
Thank you for
Glad
having
that
me.
you're here. Yes, so we are with, I apologize, catch up with my notes. We're with Noah at Densmore, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell us the name of your company.
It's Vertex Visuals, and we offer all types of photography, videography, especially wedding films. That's what I fell in love with doing just a couple years ago. And COVID kind of hit hard, but we're making a big comeback from that, and just excited to be here.
So something that we've heard a number of vendors already say is how much they love seeing the reaction of the couples when they've presented them with the product. So yours, because your video is after, right? They don't
Right.
actually see
No,
what
no.
you've created until after. So tell us your favorite part of what you do.
Well, I love to show up and just be there for the clients. And, generally I shoot these wedding films, so I'm alongside the photographer. It's always a fun task of trying to get one-on-one with the photographer and us to be on the same page. But once we are, then, it's just game on from there. So we love to definitely go above and beyond for especially the bride and the groom while we're there. And it's kind of cool that they don't get to see the final product until sometimes maybe 4, 5, 6 weeks later. So, all that stuff that kind of goes on in the height of it, they get to see sort of, especially the bride behind the scenes of what went on all throughout the day. And, it always usually brings some tears to the eyes seeing that final film.
So you capture crazy Uncle Carl on the dance floor,
Oh,
or
yeah.
something
We-
that the
we
bride
capture
didn't
it
even
all.
know was happening,
Yeah.
right?
All of that.
So tell us something about your service that we might not know, something that you do maybe behind the scenes or that you're trying to capture that maybe the couple doesn't realize that you do, that'll help them say, oh, I really do need video for my wedding.
Well, I love to offer 1-minute Instagram highlight videos. So that's kind of something new. People have always been doing wedding films, whether it's a 7 to 10 minute long film, but nowadays is the day for Instagram. So people love to have that short impacted video, and especially if it's just 1 minute or less, then it's a great recap of the entire process and just a fun little video to show with friends and family and whoever your followers might end up being.
That's, you know what, my business development manager is in the room today. I know y'all can't see her, but I'm sure she would love for you to send one of those to us and we can post it after the show somewhere on Instagram.
Oh,
So if
absolutely.
you have one you can share with us, we'd love. That way you guys can continue to follow us on Instagram and see what he does. I love that idea. That's the first
Yeah.
I've heard of it. So I think it's great. So again, we have about 30 seconds. So what's a piece of advice you can give our couples, either about choosing their videographer or about maybe what they're asking you or they want to do that you're videoing during their wedding?
I would say just take a look at their portfolio, look at what they've done in the past before, you know, kind of compare that to what the price they're offering. But ultimately, your main job as a bride and groomsman is just to relax on your day. So, you know, outside of that, just make sure somebody can take care of that for you and just kind of let it go from there and have fun.
That was wonderful. Thank you so much for that information. You can find him on the website and in the in-person show today. I appreciate you being here with us. Enjoy the rest of the show.
All
Thank
right.
you so much.
Thank you.
We have a few minutes just to share some information as we're getting our next guest ready. Yes, thank you so much. I want to make sure I tell you how you can be entered in our giveaway today. So we have 3 giveaways that are exclusively for our viewers on our virtual show today. And what I need you to do is take some pictures of yourself tuning in and watching us today, post them on IG and Facebook, and tag I Said Yes FL. You can do that on Instagram and Facebook. And then you can hashtag I Said Yes FL so that we can see those on our end. My business development manager is busy watching you on our Facebook and Instagram pages. Every time you post one of those viewing pictures, you get an entry into our giveaway at the end. One, just a little hint, looks a little bit like this. Excuse me while I drag it out. So those of you who like your purses, we're giving one of these away today. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not tall enough. My crew's like, Georgia, hold that up by your face. And I'm totally jealous. As you can see, this is our company colors. So I'm totally jealous to whoever the winner is, but I appreciate that you're all tuning in. Remember, take a picture, post it, tag us, I Said Yes FL, and we'll be choosing the winners at the end of the filming today. It's about 12:32-ish. Know that this is live, so sometimes that changes by a few minutes, but that's the plan. And I believe we're just about ready for our next person to come in. While we're waiting, we're gonna run a video. All right, so we're gonna run a quick little video for you, and so hang tight and enjoy. love our sponsors. We couldn't do this show without all of our amazing sponsors that provide us with their talents. For instance, Runway Events provided this beautiful setting today for us to do our interviews on. You can come on in. We're going to invite our next guest in while I thank our sponsors. You can order this kind of vignette for a sitting area at your reception or your wedding as well. That was Runway Events. Don't forget Rent-A-Land Tents and Events. They do many, many rental things, including the drapes behind us today. Carmel Design Team is doing our hair and makeup for our models on the stage. Orlando Flower Walls is doing our stage decor. We have Oh Marvelous Productions, of course, the amazing production team that's helping us with our live event at the moment. Kendra Scott provided some wonderful prizes in the swag bags. Something New Bridal Boutique will be up later with absolutely gorgeous dresses. You do not want to miss them. Our DJ Rocks is our DJ and lighting sponsor for today on the main stage. Again, Runway Events. Weddings Inc. is our inspiration gallery. So if you're able to make it out to our in-person event today, well, actually, you're going to be able to see the inspiration gallery in the lobby. Love in Theory is our photographer, so you'll be able to see those pictures being posted after the show. Atmospheres Floral Decor, all of our stage decor and our floral for our our models. And Vertex Visual, who you just met a moment ago, is our videographer. Now, so excited that you're joining us. Hello, this is Dubs Dre Catering.
Yes, it is.
Tell us your name and what you do.
Yes, so my name is Emma Dornath, and I'm an event coordinator with Dubs Dre Catering.
Awesome. And tell us all the amazing things that Dubs Dre Catering does and how long you've been around.
Oh, yes. So we've been around for over 15 years. Yeah, so long. And we are, most importantly, a catering company for food and beverage for all of the lovely couples. And then we also do manage 3 venues. We have the historic Dubs Dre Ballroom, the Highland Manor, and our newest property, the Azalea Lodge at Mead Botanical Garden.
Which I have not been to yet, but it's not in a while. It's been a long time.
Right. We're in the process of a remodel there right now. That'll be done on Friday.
Awesome.
So we are super excited for that. Have some small renovations, so we can't wait to get people out for that.
So are you tell us about your tasting. So how does a couple who's interested in hiring Dubs Dre Catering taste your food?
Yeah, so we do a group tasting. So you're basically joined with a bunch of other couples who are either interested in booking or already booked with us, and everyone's throwing in requests and trying a bunch of different food together. They're all basically at their own table. It's similar to a restaurant, and we will allow the couple to come in and 2 additional guests, and if you're booked, it's complimentary, and if you do it beforehand, we make sure you get your money back afterwards.
That's great. So they give you a couple of options.
Yes.
So if I haven't decided yet and I'm still trying to decide, then I can come and taste but pay a fee, correct?
Yes.
But if I've already booked with one of your properties or with you, then it's just included in part of what I'm doing. That's fantastic.
Yes.
So give us an idea of how many things I might get to taste at a tasting.
So you get to try about 7 to 8 appetizers alone, which is already a lot. And then we will jump into entrees, starch, and a vegetable all on one plate. We do varieties of different steaks, different chicken options, and we always do at least one seafood, just for a wide variation. Sometimes we'll throw in the specialty request of a stuffed portobello mushroom, so we can try all of the different vegetarian options for couples as well.
I'm glad you said vegetarian because that was going to be my next question. Can you assist with dietary restrictions?
Of course. That's the most important thing we like couples to know, is to let them be able to accommodate to those guests if it's an allergy, vegetarian, vegan, even gluten-free. We do it at no additional charge to the per person guest rate that you're paying already. So
what is one, and maybe you've already answered this, and if you have, it's okay. What is one of the most frequently asked questions that you hear from people when they're trying to decide on catering?
Yes, so the most frequently asked question is how many staff that we provide. We get that question a lot. We always do full-blown, full service. We never want to go to an event with 2 or 3 people, even if it's a 20-person event. So we always plan for at least 1 person per 1 to 2 tables, just to give an idea for when and how many staff that we do include. We also get the question of if we include anything beyond the catering itself, and we do include a day of coordinator as well. So that's something I always like couples to know.
Definitely getting a lot when they work with you. And our team at I Said Yes FL has worked with them a number of times.
Yes.
We're big fans. Their staff is always, always wonderful and impeccable and so helpful. And so we appreciate everything that you bring. It sounds like definitely they need to contact you and find out more and schedule that tasting. Thanks for being here today. We're all out of time, but I really appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, as we're changing into the next one, we have Carlisha Magnarella. And look at that hair today. Hello. And what
Hi,
does your shirt say?
Georgia.
Need a wedding planner. I'm your girl.
Yep.
So she just introduced herself. She's a wedding planner, but tell us the name of your company.
Designer Weddings by Carly Rose.
So this is Carlisha with Designer Weddings by Carly Rose. Tell us what kind of services you offer.
So I specialize in full service and partial planning for wedding planning. And I'm a little bit more of a boutique style wedding planner. I only take 20 weddings per year. I personally work with each of my couples so they don't have to worry about being passed off from person to person. So it's a little bit more of a luxury experience.
I appreciate that you answered that because that was one of my questions is what makes you unique. So can you tell us real quick, briefly, what does partial planning mean?
So partial planning is for brides or couples who really want to experience a lot of the wedding planning and do some of the research and work on their own, but they really want someone to guide them through the process. So they want to know that they're doing everything the right way. They don't want to make any mistakes along the way, but they may not necessarily need me at every appointment.
So I'm going to shout out how important I believe wedding planners are, and then I'm going to have Carlisha tell us too. So I've been in the industry for over 10 years. I used to be a vendor, so I do understand how the weddings work as well. And I'm going to tell you it is so, so important to have a planner to help you on your wedding day. Tell us why that's so important. Tell us what this couple is not going to understand that they're going to want to do on wedding day that if they don't have a planner, they're not going to be able to do.
I think more so now than ever, we're realizing the sheer importance of wedding planners,
Great.
because
Yes.
there's definitely times where things like now can go awry, and you need that experienced professional to be there and be able to put those pieces back together for you.
Sure.
But even outside of, this new normal that we're living in, a wedding planner is there every step of the way. So we're going to make sure that, if the wrong color chairs show up on the day of the wedding, that
Yikes.
we're there to fix those things, and you are none the wiser. So, we're really there to take care of all those odds and ends and bits and pieces so that wedding day just runs perfectly smooth and literally is the dream day that you're thinking of.
So tell me a piece of advice that you can give the couples that are looking for a wedding planner. How do they choose? What's a piece of advice to help them choose their wedding planner?
The biggest thing is personality, and that's going to be
Agree.
the same for all of your wedding vendors. You're spending a lot of time with these people, especially in the case of a wedding planner. You might be spending
Very intimate time sometimes,
yes,
right?
very intimate times. I can't tell you how many couples I have personally helped get dressed.
Yes.
So, you're going to be spending anywhere from 6 months to 2 years with your wedding planner, and you want to make sure that they feel like a best friend and not just like somebody who you're another name on a clipboard.
Sure.
So, and I think that's the same for all vendors as well. So make sure that you're matching up with your wedding planner's personality and that they understand your vision.
And I can tell you from experience, again, you're going to hear me say this over and over. So many of these vendors and wedding experts that are coming in, our team has actually worked with. Carlisha is so good about all the little details, not forgetting anything. When you hire her to do your wedding day, you're just going to be able to sit back. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
You're going to sit back, be nervous, but you're not going to have to worry about whether or not the chair showed up or whether or not you're going to have a glass of champagne because you already told her, and whether or not you have food for later. She's going to take care of you. Is that right?
Exactly. Yeah, we're there to make sure that everything is seamless along the way. So it's little things like asking you what's the first drink you want to be served at the reception, and then making sure right after your first dance that gets put into your hand, or pulling you away from Uncle Ed who really wants to talk to you but you just want to eat.
Yeah,
So
that's awesome. So we're out of time, but I'm gonna run in just a little bit. Thank you, Sierra. She's giving me notes about what's next. I'm gonna run into our time because I do have a question.
Sure.
I know everybody's a little different, and like you said, times are different. Are you doing in-person appointments right now?
I am if the client is comfortable.
Great.
I have switched to like a 70-30 format, so 70% Zoom,
Okay.
30% in person.
Okay.
And the reason being is because it's difficult to get places now,
Sure.
No,
No, it's great.
It's more convenient. It's on the client schedule. I don't have an office. I'm mobile, so that's even better because we can just meet on Zoom, and then when we need to go to the venue or the florist, we can meet with them in person.
I think that was great. So she really answered two questions in one. So she's doing in person, but sort of a 70-30 balance with Zoom also. So she's going to do what's comfortable for you. Thank you so much.
Exactly.
That was
Thank
such
you,
great information.
Georgia.
She's in the show all day today. So if you come out to see us in person, you'll get to see Carlisha. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Have a great day.
So we have a little break at the moment. We're going to talk about, I'm sorry, hold up that note again, Sierra. What am I talking about? Couples tickets. Hi, so I'm not really sure what she's telling me to tell you about right now. Oh, I know what, I already said it. So what we're reminding you is that your tickets are good, not just for viewing today at this moment on our live, but our show runs until 4 o'clock today, actually ends at 4. So if you're gonna come out, bring your ticket on your phone. So we're doing a touchless check-in. You can get scanned in, come to the show. So if you're seeing some vendors on this live interview that you really wanna meet in person today because you're excited about what they've talked about, your tickets are still good. Come on down to the Hilton Orlando. Be sure you go to the website or check your emails that we've been sending you about directions for parking, because we don't want you to get turned around down here by the convention center. And come on in and see us at the in-person event. You'll also, when you arrive, if you come today, you'll also get entered in our in-person giveaways. And we're actually giving a honeymoon away today. So Red Parrot Travel is our honeymoon sponsor, and she's giving away a honeymoon today. But you do have to be here in person to qualify for that one. So something wonderful that you get is you get entered in the giveaways today if you're posting your pictures and tagging us as you tune in. But then if you come in today for our in-person event at the Hilton Orlando, you also get entered into the prize giveaways that we're doing today. So I do want to make sure that we go over, if you're coming today, a couple of the things that you need to know before we get our next set of vendors up, because our next set is going to be about 12 in a row. So if you're listening to me and you need a quick break, make sure you run now, take your quick break, get your drink, and come back and put your feet up, or go get dressed real quick for the in-person event and then come back and relax with me. So run, put on your clothes so you can come out and see us in the in-person event. But wanted to remind you, you do have to wear your mask if you come today. We're social distancing during the interview, and we want you to be able to understand what we're saying, so we're not wearing our masks in the interview room, but you are required to wear it in the actual ballroom space and in the hotel today. We have hand sanitizer, we're social distancing, we have 20-foot aisles. Please, if you're not feeling well, please stay home. As we all know, we're still dealing with COVID-19 here in Florida. So we are waiting for our next person to come up, and we're gonna go to a quick video, I've been told, so stay tuned. Thank you for joining us. Welcome back from our short commercial break. Hope you went and changed your clothes and got ready to come on down to the in-person event after we finish our interviews today. We're getting ready to run through about 12, so I hope you have your cup of water and you're ready to go. We surely are, and I'm ready to introduce you to Sherry Vinson. Welcome, Sherry.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Tell us the name of your company and what you do.
The name of my company is Candy Bella Bouquets and Things, LLC, and I make fabulous bling and brooch bouquets.
And yes, she does. I have seen them. You recently did a photo shoot that was absolutely beautiful.
Yes.
Posted it on your Instagram, right? Is that where I saw it? So on her Instagram, hopefully it's on the screen. If your Instagram isn't on our screen, what is your Instagram?
Instagram is Candy Bella, KendiBella, and then Facebook is Candy Bella Bouquets.
So tell us, and those that are viewing today, our couples, what makes what you do unique? Why is it special to be able to do them the way you do the bouquets?
I think the most special thing for me is just listening to a bride and listening to their style and their wants, even if it's something that they think other people don't understand. I love doing things like that are out of the box, and most of my brides actually challenge me because most of the time it's not the cookie cutter bouquet, the nice white, rose bouquet. It's, like for instance, the style shoot you saw, very colorful. You don't see that a lot, and when I was first told about that, I was like, I don't know. But once I did it, it
was
just came out
beautiful.
amazing. So it looks amazing in pictures. And I think everyone that I've done, I feel the same way. I'm probably more excited than the bride about my bouquets. I love the bling, and it's bling in different ways. It's not always just like
Like a strip of bling or little pieces of bling, right? We're
Right,
talking about
right.
brooches, or
Brooches,
even
and-
buttons or something. Do you collect those, or does the couple bring those to you?
I purchased most of them. I've had a few that said they were gonna bring, but I didn't end up doing it. But all of the ones I've done so far in the last 2 years, I've purchased. And I literally sometimes find them before I find the bride. Like, I'll just see things and I'm like, this is gonna be
That's it.
beautiful. And I'll get a bride and it's like, okay, this
That's
was for you.
So tell me
Yeah.
why I might choose your kind of bouquet over a fresh bouquet.
Well, my kind of bouquet is something you can pass down to your own daughters. You don't have to pay extra to preserve them. And they'll look the same. For instance, even if you do preserve them, they're not gonna look exactly the same as your wedding day. So
Do you do something besides bouquets, or is it just bouquets?
I do centerpieces and gifts
Good to
as
know.
well.
Oh, good.
as well.
Do you do boutonnieres or anything like that also?
I do boutonnieres and corsages.
Oh, wow. So she really can help you provide some things that are going to last forever, really, to be passed down. Thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you check out her beautiful work on her Instagram and her Facebook page. Enjoy the rest of this show. Thanks so much for joining us, Sherry.
Thank you again.
All right, next up, we are going to, yes, you're good. You may go. Thank you so much. So we're live, so you're getting to see us all change places. Come on in, Randy. I love your shoes. He's wearing the coolest shoes today. Sorry you can't see them. Good morning. All right, so this is truly a pleasure for me. I wish that we had more than 3 minutes to talk. So Randy and I have known each other for a long time, but we recently just started partnering together as a businesses. And this is Randy Lowe. Tell us the name of your company and what you do.
Lo and behold, so we specialize in corporate and social. So during this pandemic, we've realized the importance of getting right back to the history and to the heart of what we started the company as. I started the we're almost in 20 years.
Oh my goodness, I can't.
All
I know,
right.
you look amazing to only be 30.
Thank you. I love
That's
that.
right.
Yeah. So I think that we wanted to get right back into the social events. And you know, it's not something that we're going to do short term to get us through the pandemic. It's something that I've been able to build a staff during the pandemic to really get back in to identify the needs of that social event client. And there's a lot of wonderful, there's so many wonderful creative people in Orlando.
There are.
And so we're going to get right back into the social event business, and we're looking forward to working with the brides, creating their dreams, not our dreams, their dreams. And that's
Yes.
one of my very important key points.
Tell me, so I've been to his fabulous display room and warehouse, and I'm in awe every time I go. But tell us, what makes you unique? Because you really are offering more than just flowers. Tell us what makes you unique.
I think the unique part about Lo and Behold is our experience. You know, the experience has given us a wide range of different opportunities to provide floral. So whether it's fresh floral or providing a custom event for your ceremony or for your rehearsal dinner or for that after dinner party, whether it's a rock and roll party that's really unique, or whether maybe it's a celestial heavenly type event, we can create all of that. We have a custom build shop where we can create prop and decor, but we also have that very incredible detail to floral. And that detail to floral is not me. It's not all me. It is an incredible staff that I have. I have to say Allison and Jen have done a wonderful job. And I think that we all have our niches. So, you know, I like a lot of very heavy stems. You know, I love a rich bouquet floral. Jen can take so many different stems and make a unique bouquet. And Allison has her niche as well. So together, we've been able to provide a product that is attractive to everyone.
And by building your team that has a variety of different skills, you're being able to appeal to more couples than just one particular niche market. There's nothing wrong with that, absolutely.
No.
But give me a piece of advice that you can tell the couples when they're choosing their floral company, something they really need to know when they're making those decisions.
You know, it's all pretty on paper. You know, it's all pretty on paper, and I think that's one of the things that I've learned as I've grown and matured in business. It's easy to create on paper, but you've got to have someone that's committed to make it happen. And at Lo and Behold, we can make it happen. I mean, we've come in many different challenges in getting to that, whether it's the shipment and the procurement of fresh, beautiful stems, or whether it's getting to your site on time, and so you're not worried about that. Make sure that your vendor is committed to all of those excellent points. That's very important.
I hate that we're out of time because Randy knows I can sit and talk all day long. We really should just go get coffee later.
Let's do.
And just turn the camera on and enjoy the conversation. But please be sure that you stop by. Your information should be on the screen. But Randy, how can they find you?
Well, we are on Facebook and on Instagram, Lo and Behold Events, and you can find us there. Or you can go to Randy at loweandbehold.com, and that's all spelled out, L-O-W-E, that's my last name, and behold.com. I'll be happy to chat with you.
Truly an amazing company. He has a heart for what he does. Thank you so much, Randy. We're going to do this again.
All right,
Thanks so much.
Bye-bye.
All right, this is going to be a real pleasure as well. This will be something you might not have talked about. This is Dr. K, or thought about, I apologize. Dr. K. Julian is coming in. My sweet dear friend, Dr. K. Julian. Hello, thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
She's going to talk to you about something you probably haven't thought about. And this is what's really great about wedding shows and wedding resources like ISaidYesFL.com and our inspiration blog. We're going to tell you about things that maybe you hadn't thought about that are really important in your wedding planning process, both before and then after. So, Dr. K, tell us what you do.
Well, I am Dr. K. Julene with Stormbreaker Coaching. And my clients like to say that I rescue them, that I revive them, that I restore them, and that I empower them. We can all agree, I'm sure, that wedding planning is supposed to be a happy time, and that the wedding relationships for the couple matter to them a lot. But a lot of times when the wedding planning and the wedding relationships get together, there's some friction, there's a lot of emotion, and all of a sudden the planning stops being happy. So that's where I come in to teach and empower the couples how to handle those things and get back on the happy track.
And the name of your company is Stormbreaker Coaching, right?
Yes.
And you call it conflict resolution.
Well, I call it wedding communication.
Oh, but that's better. That's much better.
But it is basically conflict resolution for the couples.
So tell us a bit of advice, maybe. I feel like you did a bit of advice, though, on why they might want to discuss with you some opportunities in working together with their wedding. What might be some things that come up that maybe they need to talk with you about?
Well, sometimes it's a relationship that, as I said, matters to them a lot, say with a mom, and they've had a good relationship. They've always had a really good relationship, and then they get into the wedding planning. Like one of my clients said that, my mom and I are so close, and now we're having trouble.
Oh, yeah.
Help.
That's great. I really appreciate that. And how can they get in contact with you? Do you do in person? Do you do Zoom? How do they have those conversations?
Yeah, in person, Zoom, it's fine.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect. So she's
Yes.
doing both. We have, about 30 seconds left. So I'm going to ask you maybe one more question.
Okay.
What is your favorite part about what you do in helping with the weddings?
The context.
Yeah.
You know, it's just so much fun to be in such a happy thing, happy situation.
It certainly
and
is.
all I can do to keep it happy is, I really like that.
What is maybe a question that you get most often?
Sort of what I said, like, oh my gosh, Kay,
Yeah.
what's
Help us.
happening?
Yeah.
What's happening? Things were good. I don't even know my fiance now.
What happened?
Yeah, what happened?
And you help make us be able to communicate with each other, which we all know
Yeah.
is really important. I've been married. Thank you so much. We're going to change places, Dr. K.
All right.
And I said your name wrong. It's Julene.
Julene,
I
yeah.
always say it wrong. I apologize. Dr. K. Julene. You can find her at Stormbreaker Coaching, correct?
Yes.
And we appreciate you joining us today. Thank you
Thanks,
so much.
Georgia. Thanks
so
for
as we're
having
changing
me.
out people, I've been married 24 years. I can tell you communication is really important. It's one of the ways you've managed to stay together forever. You're marrying your best friend, so you certainly are winning the best prize in the world. Thanks so much for joining us. Love the dress, by the way. So it's really important to take care of your health of your relationship before so that it sustains after. And while we're talking about health, this is a great transition. Tell us your name and your company name.
My name is Sherry Rumel, and my company's name is FitWorks Perfect Posture Natural Pain Solutions.
Definitely moving in, and she and I probably need to talk later about this because, you know, I have this neck problem. But tell us what you can do for us, why it's so important. I know that you have lots of advice and tips to give us.
Yes, there's tons of things I can say about it. Muscles tell the joints where they should be in your body.
Okay.
And so if you want to be pain-free and have perfect posture and wonderful flexibility, then you should have your muscles balanced to hold the joints where they belong.
So definitely she has some great information from us. And this is something I wanted to share too. I got tripped up on my notes a little bit. Is it's important when you're thinking about your wedding day, about thinking about your whole body health, right? You want to look your best, you want to feel your best, and you don't want to walk up with, oh, my back hurts or my knees hurt or whatever it is that you're working on. So maybe when we're talking in regards of weddings, what's maybe the problem that happens the most?
Two things I want to say. We've had past brides who've come to us because they're going to have these photographs and these videos forever, and they want to look their best. So we get them in shape so that they will look their best in that gown, in those videos, and those photographs. No forward head, no hunchback, things like that.
I feel like I need to sit up straighter when I talk to you.
And then another thing is, how many times have you heard about the groom, sometimes the bride, their back went out during the honeymoon?
Oh, wow, yeah.
And they've spent time either flat on their back in bed and they can't do anything, or they were rushed to the hospital. I actually had a brother who was rushed to the hospital.
Oh, my
His
goodness.
wedding night. That was before I was doing this. So yeah, I know, what we're talking about. And plus, if you have had a child, we put that back together too, so that you don't walk around in pain for the rest of your life.
Yeah, so she's really got some great tips. I bet it's things that you haven't thought about as a couple, both the bride and the groom,
Yes.
both of the members of that couple. It might be something you want to think about. If you've been thinking, oh, my back's a little sore, I don't feel like everything's in place. It's definitely something you want to correct before the wedding day, because we were just talking about conflict resolution, and when we don't feel good, we also don't act very good.
Yes.
And so you're going to help solve all of those problems,
Yes,
right?
we're a mind with a body, not a body with a mind. So if you're sitting in the high profile positions, high postures, then you're going to feel better about yourself too, as opposed to sitting like this.
Right, I know. I have children. I tell them that all the time. Sit up straight. Put your shoulders back, right? I need to practice what I preach. So tell us, you already asked the most asked questions. Are you doing in person, I'm guessing? Is anything available by Zoom, or is pretty much if we need something done, we have to come see you?
Well, we used to be hands-on completely, but because of COVID-19, we have learned how to completely take the office out. So we can fix you at home, and right now we have clients from California, Virginia, Chicago, I mean all around, and we just got rid of our office. So
wow, that's fantastic. Well done for you pivoting your business, right? But then they've got a service now for you also where you don't have to come to the office. So definitely look them up. Can you tell us where to find you?
We're at fitworksperfectposture.com.
That's easy. And make sure you check them out, see if it's something you might need for your big day as well. And you'll be here all day in your booth if they come to the in-person show. Thank you for joining us. It was a pleasure. I appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. So as we're getting ready for our next person, my team is shaking. They're just getting their mics on. A couple of reminders about what else is coming up. Again, we have a show. We're at Hilton Orlando. We're going to be back here on March the 21st for our what we call our winter show, early spring winter show. It'll be a little larger than the show today, Lord willing, as we continue to heal our country. But today we have a really unique set of vendors, and we're excited to return some of those in March and bring you even more. So if you're still looking into next year for making your wedding planning details and choosing your vendors, make sure you go to ISaidYesFL.com, go to the shows tab. As our next person is joining us, come on in, go to the shows tab and scroll down to I Said Yes Wedding Shows. You'll see our Daytona show there that's coming up in January, and then our March show that's coming up on the 21st of March, 2021. So we're already making plans way in advance. Hi. Hi. So good to see you.
You too. How are
I'm
you?
excited. I'm so good. So you know that we talk to your team all the time. Big fans have viewed their properties, but before I get too far into that, tell us who you are and the name of your company and what you do, because you definitely have a unique service.
Yes, so my name's Christina Arthur. I'm the Director of Public Affairs for Seize Your Day Events. And what we are is we're a full service umbrella company. Our specialty is planning and coordination, but We are essentially, what do you need and what can we match you with? So you're a bride who doesn't have a venue. We have a list of venue partners. Our primary feature is coordination. So you're a bride who doesn't know what to do the day of. We do day of coordination. We do full service planning. We do partial planning. Basically, how do we help your day? We have an in-house rental company as well. So our biggest thing is a bride comes and goes, I just got engaged. I have no idea what to do. Help. Or I got this, but I really need help with decor the day of.
Yes.
And everything in between.
Yes. So we have, again, toured a couple of your properties. We've worked with them. I told you, I keep saying this over and over. It's something really unique about our service is we work with so many of you. So tell us something unique about some of the properties that you said manage. I don't know the best word. I always use the wrong word. That's why I have to ask.
Yeah, we do manage venues, but our main feature really does tend to stem more towards the wedding coordination these days. Yeah.
Oh, good to know.
And,
Okay.
and the reason why we did that is we had so many brides that were like, I already have a venue, but can you help me? And so that's why we started stemming more into the coordination as well.
I'm glad we're talking today.
Yeah, so we do manage several venues in the area. Our newest one is actually, we just announced this on the 1st, is Citrus Tower. If you're familiar with the Claremont area or if you're a Florida history buff, it is the original attraction. It opened in the 50s. So before Disney, there was Citrus Tower, and so it's a historical venue. We are doing small, intimate scale, which is very on brand with the times.
Very much.
So it does work out. But yeah, so our biggest thing is just reaching out with brides and figuring out, where they're at in their coordination packages, which is our main reason with today.
So what's one of the most, I ask this question a lot because I feel like it's really going to appeal to those that are listening today. What is one of the questions you most often hear your couples ask?
Where do I start?
Oh, great question.
It's probably the number one question. We'll have people and the thing with weddings is 9 times out of 10, they haven't done it before. It's a couple that are like, I'm doing something really big and really expensive and I have no idea what to do. And so we always have either Zoom meetings or we have sit-down conferences depending on
one of my questions.
Thank you. Depending on what people want. And we say, okay, well, what do you want? Let's get you there, and that's how we figure out how we start.
So what do you advise, as we have about 30 seconds left, what do you tell them is the first step they should take? Like help them get in, for those who just got engaged, they're so excited, but they have no idea where to start. What is the first thing they should do?
Set up a consultation call.
Set up a consultation, that is great.
We do it all, just call us and let us figure it out for you.
And I know you didn't hear me earlier, but again, I'm gonna say it, having a wedding planner is so huge. I am not a planner, so I'm not just touting for myself. I'm a resource company. But I think that it's really important because you can keep things on track. And one of the planners earlier said something about because of COVID, so many things have had to be rescheduled. Tell us real quick as we have just a few seconds left with the next person getting their mic. What is a planner? How do you help your couples if something has to be rescheduled?
We do all the communication for them for their other vendors if they need it.
Okay.
Different brides and different couples are very engaged in different levels. So we like to say, okay, well, do you want us to take care of all of your vendor coordinations and contact them the day of? Because when you have curlers in your hair, you don't have time to reschedule anything, to work with anything.
I love how you said that, yeah.
We try to make the point contact for as much as possible, but as much as the bride wants as well.
Well, and see if you can give us the best advice too. I'm a totally do-it-myself girl. And again, I've been married a long time.
I was too.
Yeah, I'm a total do-it-myself girl. So for those of us who are do-it-myself girls, tell me the number one thing that is the best advice why I should choose a planner. Like, what am I gonna say? No, but I can do it myself. Tell me what I need to know.
So wedding planning and wedding coordination are very different. So you might not want a planner for the whole thing, but your day of, very least, you don't want to be the person your caterer is calling because they can't get in the door.
Because you're not going to answer the phone, and then you're not going to have your food.
You're having mimosas, like you're
Yeah.
And so have a day of coordinate. Do it yourself. It's exactly what I did.
And don't get your mom because your mom needs to enjoy the day. Don't get grandma because grandma needs to enjoy.
Don't get your maid
best
of
friend,
honor,
right? Because they need to enjoy enjoying the day.
Yeah.
That was fantastic information. I know 3 minutes goes so fast. Thank you so much for joining us. Hopefully we can talk again soon. You can find them at.
You can find us at seesyourdayevents.com.
SEAS.
Yes, seas like the ocean.
Seas like the ocean, SEAS. Seesyourday.com.
Seesyourdayevents.com.
Sorry, seesyourdayevents.com. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thanks for joining. So I'm excited to bring one of our sponsors in next. Kristen Wilson with our DJ Rods. Hey girl. We haven't seen each other in forever. Just like all of us, we feel like we've been trapped in our home. So we're excited to be out today and talking to each other. Welcome to the show.
Super excited to be here. Super excited. The girls are behind the scenes right now, setting everything up for the fashion show. We're picking out music. It's so exciting.
So I said she was a sponsor. So what they're actually doing is they're doing our DJ and lighting for our fashion show. They keep it high energy, but I know you have so much to share. here. So tell us what makes you unique at our DJ Rocks. They have a really great story. So what makes you unique?
Guys, well, first and foremost, our DJ Rocks is the only all-female DJ company in Orlando. Now, I joke, and I just want to say that gender doesn't make a DJ or one better than another, but I think that there is something, too, being said about being able to relate with a bride on her wedding day. Like, I can feel vibes far beyond just the dance floor. Like if my bride is getting antsy at her sweetheart table and I know she's ready to pick it up a notch, I can kind of pick up on little things like that to be able to keep the momentum going throughout the wedding day.
It's that girl vibe, right?
Yeah.
So something I've heard you say over and over, so Kristen and I, again, have worked together forever, for a long time, and you say this a lot, and I think it's really valuable to our listeners today. Tell us the difference between, and I won't get the words right, but like you're not just a DJ, you're the MC, you use this word to explain what you do for the whole day. Tell us the difference from that and somebody who hits the play button, right? No offense to people who hit the play button. Please, I don't mean that. But she offers this, they really do handle the vibe of the room. So explain that to us.
Yeah, so I kind of explain things to people as we are your DJ and your MC. And the DJ is the one that curates the music and, you know, pushes play at the right time. Like if you've got your absolute favorite song that you love to dance floor, it's gonna do us no good at all if I'm playing that while you're getting rebustled or you're taking a bathroom break.
Yeah, I missed my song. Wait, I'm supposed to be dancing.
Correct.
Right?
So it really is about timing and momentum and keeping that energy, picking it up, slowing it down. And so we really are kind of like a thermometer in the room. We read the temperature. And
That's
again,
the word you use.
yeah.
Yes, reading the temperature. That was it.
And
yes.
so we either take it up when it's time, or if the planner has put in the timeline that it's time for cake cutting, we can organically slow that down.
Yes.
Rather than in the middle of Patty Ryan, and then all of a sudden, time for cake cutting. Your guests are going to look at me like, what is
Why'd
the
you
DJ
stop my
doing?
song?
Why'd you
Yeah.
stop? I don't care
You
that it's
killed my
cake cutting.
vibe. Right. So we have about 45 seconds left. I know you and I can talk all day. A couple of quick questions I think will be important. How far out should they book your services?
Well, this current moment in time, I would say the sooner the better.
Sure. Is that because of all the reschedules?
Yes,
Okay.
it is. So, kind of the season that the wedding industry is in is because the world shut down for many moments in time, it pushed weddings that we were supposed to have in 2020 to 2021. So that means the availability that your vendors may have had shrunk tremendously. So in general, without this sort of season, 8 months to a year, but I would say at this point, a year or even more, we're taking
So my
bookings.
guess is most of our listeners today should be calling you today.
Yes. I mean, if you find a vendor you really, really love and your wedding is in 2022, I would not wait.
Okay, I think that's a really great piece of advice. To my production crew, we've lost our sound, so I don't hear myself at the moment, but thank you for joining us. I really appreciate it. Her entire amazing team is at the show today, so if you come out to the in-person, make sure you stop by their booth. Thank you so much, and thanks for being our sponsor today. All right, I have another sponsor coming up. I'm so excited. This is so much fun. I wish you could see what she did. Come on in. I wish you could see what she did for me today, but that's all right. She's going to tell us all about it.
Hello.
This is, I know, it's really, it's
really
steep, right? I know.
It's comfy.
This is Angelica with Orlando Flower Walls. Tell us what you do. My crew is dancing back there. I love it. They're like, hey!
We bring the party. That's what we do.
That's what you do. So tell us all about it.
Yeah. So again, we're Orlando Flower Walls. We're actually trademarked for silk flower backdrops that look and feel real. So you kind of get that Kardashian effect without that Kardashian price.
Hey, did you hear that? Kardashian feel without the Kardashian price.
We're all
That's
about
how we
the
like
party,
it.
Yeah. So we set incredible backdrops. We can make custom, but we have 13 ready to rent. And you could either have them as a solid wall, or you can have them in front of a drape like this, if you like. So it kind of just depends on what our brides are looking for. We also do. Our newest little venture is our Barbie party, which I just, hence the pink. But since our brand is all about fun and really just all about our clients, who doesn't want a Barbie party?
Yeah, who doesn't want a Barbie party? So, I didn't even realize it was a thing again until you told us this amazing Barbie box party that you have that's here today, right?
Yes, we actually brought it with us.
I've been in the interview room all day, so I have no idea what's going on outside these walls. But they brought their Barbie box today.
Yes.
You don't want to miss it. So if you're coming out, and make sure that you stop and see her. Tell us what the Barbie box is. Tell us what that means. What is a Barbie party?
It's just a fun prop. It's really just because, I don't know, I think everything is just centered around photos. So for our bridesmaids, like we had a girl who really just wanted a full experience. So we're adding on party styling to our services. So you can get a backdrop. We're also getting into centerpieces and like place settings.
You really are the whole
like
party.
that. Yeah. So we I don't know necessarily if we want to take on like full weddings, but definitely like bridal showers, that's our jam, and
I got
engagement
it.
parties, so.
I love it. So tell us how far out they need to contact you to book it.
Well, right now, because of COVID, it's
That's
like
everybody's answer is
a
like, well,
blessing
right
and a
now.
curse. Yeah, it's a blessing and a curse. We do have we have some availability for the fall. So where are we? We're October.
We're October now, so in other words, the next couple of
so
months.
the next couple of months, we
Okay.
have some open availability, but we are booking up fast because of our shows and all of our advertising,
Yes.
our Instagram. Everybody's like big on that.
That's great.
So
tell us that Instagram. Hold up your sign, nice and
yes.
nice, so the camera can see
So-
it. Can y'all see her on the screen?
Yes.
She's telling you right now how to find her. That's at Orlando Flower Walls on Facebook and Instagram.
Facebook and Instagram. And
Barbie
also
Box
our
is
website
there.
is very simple, orlandoflowerwalls.com.
And you do neon signs?
We do. Our sister company is Orlando Neon, so we do custom neon signs. So if you want the last names, we are the go-to company for that.
And we have a neon sign on our...
Yes,
Yes.
we made a I Said Yes neon sign, which came out amazing. So if you come out, it's going to be center stage. We also brought our signature So Orlando Flower Walls neon that's interchangeable, that She Said Yes, Drunk in Love. So we also have neon rentals available for your wedding day or your parties.
And if you make me a custom neon sign, I'm buying it for you, right? I get to like hang it over my bed or in my kitchen, right?
Yeah, it's a keepsake for you. So you get it at your wedding day. You could even get it for your engagement party. So you have something that kind of echoes throughout the time.
My crew's saying something about a ring on
Yes.
your finger.
I am also a bride-to-be.
Stop it! I didn't even know it. Congratulations.
I'm so
stop.
excited because I know how you babes feel, and so we're here to give you the best.
So she totally knows what you're going through.
Yes.
She is your party girl for sure.
Yes.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you for being our sponsor today
Thank
from
you.
the
Oh,
bottom of our hearts.
absolutely.
I can't wait to see it. I still haven't
looks
seen it
so
yet.
good.
Thank you so much. Go
Thank
enjoy
you.
the rest of the show.
Thanks.
All right, now back to photography, right? Photography is so important. It preserves your memories for a lifetime, right? And we chit-chatted a little bit yesterday when she was setting up her booth at the show. So tell us your name and your company name.
I am Kimberly Santana. I'm from Kimberly Santana Photography.
Super easy to remember.
Yes.
Tell us what makes you unique or makes you stand out from maybe the other photographers.
Yeah, so I take photography and I approach it with the idea of like, we're just gonna go and have fun. And I feel like it's so important to find a photographer, and all your vendors really, that you feel like you click with. Because I feel like when I get clients that I just click with, they're so much more comfortable in front of the camera, and we can play. We can bump hips, and we can spin and dance, and I'm not like your posed like prom photo type of photographer. So I really look for like genuine emotion, and we just have fun. It's a good vibe. I love it.
So what are some of the services you provide? And I asked this because we were talking about wedding books
Yes,
yesterday. So
yes.
tell us some of the other things that they can get when they book services with you.
So I also offer boudoir photography.
I did not. I actually don't know that I knew that. So
Yeah.
fantastic.
So I love it. A lot of my brides and grooms actually have done them both ways.
Oh,
for
did y'all
their
hear that? She said
significant
boudoir
other.
photography is for grooms. I totally missed it. We got to talk
Yes.
about this.
Yeah, it's so much fun. So I do it in a private, intimate setting, obviously, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. You get to go in, you just feel comfortable. We play some music, you have a little drink, and we'd have some great time. But yeah, boudoir photography is also an add-on service.
And you do engagement photos.
Yes, I do engagement photos. A lot of those come with our packages, so that's always fun. And I love getting to like meet couples before wedding day, because then come wedding day, you've already got that connection. They kind of remember the flow of things, and it makes things so much easier and smoother on wedding day for sure.
And can they have in-person and Zoom meetings with you right now?
Absolutely.
You're doing both?
Yes.
Okay, and do you have a brick and mortar, or do you meet up with them? How's the best way for them to do an in-person with
I
you?
meet up with them. We'll go to a coffee shop,
Okay.
or we can Skype.
And you'll hear that a lot when you're working with your wedding vendors. A lot of wedding vendors don't have brick and mortar buildings. They're actually going to meet up with you in a place that's comfortable for you. So you're
Yeah.
going to hear it a lot, so it's not unusual. I want to make sure that we reiterated that, because we've
Yeah, I
talked about it a
travel.
little bit, but I haven't actually told the listeners that. So tell us maybe the most asked question when it comes to photography.
Usually people are like, are you gonna guide us? Are you gonna pose us? Like they feel uncomfortable, and it's awkward, right? Being on the other side of the camera. I was nervous coming here today with all of this, so I get it.
You're like, this is way more cameras than I'm ever going to bring to
Yeah,
your
I was
photography
like-
session, so you don't have to worry about where to look.
But yeah, they really want to make sure that like, hey, you're going to give me some guidance. You're going to tell me I should turn this way or look this way. You're going to get the best angles. They want to make sure they look good. And I think when I say like, don't worry, I've got your back. Like, I want your photos to look good. You want your photos to look good. So that's usually the biggest asked question.
And we're just about out of time, but where can they see more of your pictures?
Instagram and Facebook, both are Kimberly Santana Photography. And then I have website, KimberlySantanaPhotography.com.
Those are really great. Definitely go check her out. Tell us maybe something they need to know in the last few seconds when they're choosing their photographer. I think you kind of touched on it, like you need to build that relationship, but maybe what's something they ask, or how do they know that they're making that right connection?
I think the number one thing is to make sure that your photos are protected. Make sure that your photographer has gear that has a backup built into the
Great
camera.
questions.
And that they go home and they have backups of backups.
Right.
Because you can't redo your wedding day.
No.
So I think that that's really the biggest.
And accidents happen, right? I dropped my camera, I dropped my thumb drive. I don't know what y'all use these
your
days.
SD card,
It dropped my SD card in my cup of coffee, but that's all right because I got another one. It's all
Yes,
good, right?
yes.
So
I
those
always
were
have multiple
great
cameras,
questions.
multiple
How am I
batteries,
doing time-wise? I'm sorry, I totally didn't pay attention. I'm out of time.
Okay, great.
I told you I can talk all day. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome so
Go
much.
enjoy the rest of the show.
Yeah,
Check her
absolutely.
out
It's great
online
out there,
on
you guys.
Instagram. Thank you. I can't wait to get out there. Come on in. So we talked earlier about some live entertainment. I am so excited. We're such good friends. Like, we just want to hug and dance right now, but we can't, right? We have to be good examples of COVID, right? So this is Kimmy, and she's with Paradigm. I always say it. I want to say it wrong.
You're doing great. It's Paradigm Party Band.
Paradigm Party Band. Say that 3 times fast. You won't forget
Paradigm
them, and
Party
it'll be your tongue
Band.
twister fun for the day. Tell us what Paradigm Party Band does.
Paradigm Party Band is basically a fun, high energy, energetic, engaging band for weddings and corporate events and private events, but yeah, wedding bands.
So how many pieces in your band?
Oh, it starts with 7. We have a core.
Oh my gosh, you just said it starts with 7. Okay.
So we have a core 7 piece up to 12 piece.
Wow.
So we add horns, additional vocalists, excuse me.
That's okay.
Additional vocalist, but we can also add Latin percussion as well. So we do, yes.
Nice.
We do Latin. We are bilingual, so that's something that some people don't know.
You hearing all of that? She's really got some great options, okay? My
Awesome.
crew back there is cheering you on. I know, yeah. So how can we hear what your band does?
As far as today or in general?
Today and in general. Tell me both.
Today we are out in the foyer.
With 2 pieces
With
today.
actually, yes, we actually brought a trio. We brought 2
I
pieces.
didn't know that.
Yes. Sorry, I get excited. But we have a keyboardist. Our keyboardist, which is more than just keys. It's the synths, etc. It's a very full sound. And then we also have our guitarist, who's arriving right now.
Awesome.
And we also have one of our lead singers, Jesse,
Wow.
who's phenomenal. But we wanted to give more of a cocktail hour experience
great.
out front today.
Yes, they're in
So-
the lobby by the Inspiration Gallery if you come in person later. Yes.
that is correct. But as far as once everything starts opening up,
Yes.
we are usually at area clubs and
How can we
also-
find that information out? So once we continue as a state to open up more, where can I find out where you're going to be playing?
We have Facebook, we have Instagram,
Excellent.
we have the website, we have
And it's Paradigm Party Band.
Paradigm Party Band.
Is it on the screen? Is that one on our screen? Does our team see that one? Our viewers are seeing it. Awesome. So on your screen, awesome. It's telling you where to find them, Paradigm, because I always want to say a word that's not Paradigm. And so make sure you're checking them out on Instagram and Facebook and on their website so you can listen to them, and you're going to post on those when you
Yes.
start doing live performances again.
Yes.
They are itching to get back at it. They are itching to be a part of your wedding. Tell me what you do that makes the wedding even that much better for their guest and for the couple.
We start from the very beginning. I'm the one that normally everybody speaks with. Sorry about that. I'm the coordinator.
Okay.
So I reach out. I talk to the couples. I like to get to know the couples. We just like to make it more of a relationship from the very beginning instead of just hiring a band.
And you may
It's
have
more.
said these things, and I apologize if I forgot.
okay.
Do you do ceremony music also?
Absolutely. Ceremony music, cocktail hour music. Both
I
of
love the
those.
idea of the cocktail hour.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to come listen when I get out of the
Yes.
interview room today. And then of course reception music, right?
of
and
course.
it says party band.
Yes.
So please make sure that you check out Paradigm Party Band. Go listen to them. Consider some live entertainment
Yes.
for at least portion, if not the whole wedding for you, to give you something really special for your guests that are coming to your wedding. Thank you so much, Kimmy.
Thank you.
I'm gonna come listen in a few minutes
Okay.
as soon as I get out of here. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
All right, so it's almost lunchtime, I guess, right? I have no idea what time it is. So we are getting close to almost lunchtime. Yeah. So that's exactly right. See how that worked out? I have these really great notes that somebody made for herself that said, hey, it's almost lunchtime. Best time to be talking to you. So tell us who you are and the name of your company.
Great. My name is Heather Otero, and I am the founding owner, co-owner of Whatever's Clever Cuisine out of Edgewater, Florida.
That is awesome. She said food. I'm on board. So tell us what makes Whatever's Clever unique. What makes you the place we want to come to?
So we do all cultures of food, anything from vegan to vegetarian to Jamaican, anything that you can imagine. We use the finest of ingredients. We use all local purveyors. I do every single bit of shopping myself. I don't use any large food box places. I go shopping and pick everything out.
That's amazing to hear. I didn't even know that, so that's great to listen. So how can I taste your food if I'm interested in maybe considering you for my wedding?
Right, so there's lots of different mediums that you can contact us through our website, our social media, through I Said Yes Florida. And then what we do is we call you. We like to have about a 5-minute phone call to find out what exactly you're interested in so that we don't suggest things that are out of the park. And then we set up a tasting for you and you come to our tasting room and we make it a very, very intimate experience.
That's great. So she said she had a tasting room and you can set up the tasting. Tell me, how far out should I, as a couple, start thinking about my catering service and booking those tasting appointments with you?
Right. So now, because we're opening up a little bit, thank God, we are getting quite busy. So I do suggest trying to reach out to us as soon as possible. However, we try to make everything work for everyone, including budget and time frame. So don't be afraid to reach out. If we can't do it, we can't do it. But I suggest at least 3 to 6 months.
So 3 to 6 months. So, and definitely right now, you're going to continue to hear our vendors say this, our wedding experts say this, and as you continue to reach out to them through I Said Yes FL and through their own channels of communication, it's right now, it's just better to start earlier than later. It's okay if your wedding's not till 2022, right?
Absolutely.
Call,
oh yeah, we have weddings in 2022 and 2023.
Yeah, so get on their calendar, ask those questions, get your notes, and if you're not ready to make a commitment, it's okay. At least you've had the conversation.
That's right.
And you know whether or not you want to consider her, right? So we still have about a minute left.
Okay.
So tell me maybe a piece, I don't know if I asked this, a piece of advice when they're trying to choose their caterer. What is something I need to know?
Okay, so what we've tried to do is not only do we make a very strong relationship with our clients, we end up being friends for years after an event, but we try to be a one-stop shop. So even if you don't hire us as a caterer and you have, for say, a food truck, we could provide our fine dining staff a la carte.
Oh, nice.
We could provide supplies. We don't need you to go to 10 different vendors to find chargers or anything. We could provide everything for you hiring us or not.
So that was really great. I'm glad. So we have about 30 seconds. You just said, even if I don't choose you for my caterer, you have chargers and place settings if I'm using maybe the local barbecue places.
That's right, and that happens
and they just bring the buffet
Yes,
style,
ma'am.
but I still want pretty table setting. You can help me with that. That's really great. And I think that's a really great question to ask any caterer, right?
Absolutely,
That you're looking at considering.
Yep.
If they don't choose you, is there another option?
Yep.
You know, because there are certainly, you can have a tasting with someone, right? And then not choose them, and that's okay.
Yep.
Real quick, we're about to change, but where can they find you?
So we are on Instagram, Facebook. We are on I Said Yes Florida.
Yeah, you're so good. And
We're
it's
on Google. We're
Whatever's
Clever Cuisine, and we are 5 stars across the board on all platforms.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We appreciate being
What
here.
are you sampling today?
Oh, so we have our Island Picadillo, which is grass-fed ground beef, and our spoon cornbread, which everyone refers to as like a drug. So make sure you stop.
Okay, we're not doing that today.
Very addictive.
But it's addictive, and we love that,
Yes.
right? Thank you so much.
Thank
Hopefully I'll
you.
stop by your booth today and have a taste.
Oh,
Thanks for joining
you'll get
us.
it anyways. Thank you. Appreciate
The
it.
benefit of being here today,
Yes.
right? Thank you so much. I
Thank you.
appreciate it. All right,
Thanks.
as we're getting ready to change into our next person, I totally flipped too far ahead. Yes. So I know you're excited to share today, aren't you?
I'm so happy to be back to work.
I
can't even
know.
express it.
So she can help you plan your honeymoon or your pre-moon or your all of those things, destination wedding.
Destination weddings also.
Yes. So let's start first with your company name and your name.
Hi, my name is Leslie Sickler. I'm with Dreams and Destinations Travel. We are a full-service travel agency. I specialize in the Caribbean, Costa Rica, Belize, Hawaii, Mexico, but I do book worldwide with the exception of Asia.
Okay.
For today's show, I've partnered with Sandals Resorts.
Yes.
5-star luxury all included, everything included, even water sports, motorized water sports, scuba diving is included.
Something for everyone.
It really
right?
is.
Either both parties, both pieces of the couple can find something to do.
Absolutely. And
Right.
for scuba divers, PADI scuba diving is included, 2 tank dives a day, which is a huge value add
Wow.
for divers. For non-divers, they have snorkeling included, catamaran sailings, different, that's not included, that's actually extra.
That's all right.
That's okay, sorry. But they have resorts all throughout the Caribbean. They are opening up, the Caribbean is opening up. There are things
Are we
to
listening
consider.
carefully? We're getting there.
We're getting
Caribbean
there.
is opening up.
You can travel there. There are things that you need to know, which I would be happy to counsel the brides and grooms on.
So you're our no person, right?
Yes.
You're educating yourself regularly so that
Absolutely.
when I as a couple call you and like, I really want to go to Belize.
Yes.
And I want to go in July. Tell me
Yes.
what I need to know. That
So
you're staying
Belize
informed.
just opened October
Oh,
1st.
excellent. That was a good choice. It wasn't on purpose. I did not know that.
We are staying on top of all the openings.
Okay.
We're staying on top of all of the testing that needs to be done. Some places are requiring 3 tests.
Oh my
Some
goodness.
places are requiring tests 72 hours prior to arrival. We know what you need to do to get there.
Let me ask this question though. So outside of even COVID testing, right? I don't know because I have not traveled outside the country a lot. My husband has, but I have not. So if I was not in COVID, right, but I wanted to travel somewhere outside of the United States, are there special tests or shots that I need to get to go to some countries?
Depends on where you go.
Okay, so I think that's important to know because if you've never traveled outside the country and you don't really know anybody that has, there are some really important things you need to know.
And that's something we also counsel our clients with also. It's part of our service. We charge nothing extra. We are paid through our suppliers, so using a travel agent, travel consultant, it costs you absolutely nothing extra, and we just save you time and
you can tell me where to go to
Yes.
get those things. You can help me get my passport. So how far out before my wedding day? We have about 30 seconds.
About a year.
About a year.
About a
so
year.
if you are listening to
I can do
plan
it
your
quicker, but I
honeymoon,
prefer a year.
To really get and not feel like you're rushed and you're getting what you
Yes.
want and you're not rushing to get any extra shots or tests that you might need to go out of the country. Make sure and get your passport. I don't even know, that may even be slower right now. I'm not
It's
sure.
a little slower, but
little
it's starting
slower
to
to
pick
get your
back up.
passports. So make sure that you're speaking with your travel agent at least a year out. And you said you also plan destination weddings. We have about 10 seconds, 5 seconds left.
Another thing that I offer for the brides and grooms is a honeymoon registry at no cost to them.
Oh,
So I
nice.
can accept
Oh,
payments from
yes.
other people towards their honeymoon.
Did you hear that?
As a
Somebody
gift
else can
for
pay for
them.
your honeymoon. Just making sure we're all listening.
Yes.
She can do a honeymoon registry. And so a lot of our couples are already living together. They're already set up in their home. They don't really need more stuff, right?
Right.
They already have all the appliances they need. So what better way for your friends and family to help you with your wedding than to pay for your honeymoon?
Absolutely. And it's the trip of a lifetime. So many of them have never even left the state of Florida. This is their first big trip.
I'm still,
It's
if you don't
exciting.
mind talking for another minute or so, I'm still waiting for my next person to come in. Okay, so she's not coming in, but that's okay because I think she's performing. She's my singer today on the stage, so she's probably performing. I appreciate her wanting to be in here. You're going to miss her conversation, but if you come out to the in-person, they're Noir Productions and they're performing today. They're amazing. I want to make sure she gets a shout out because she's one of our sponsors today. Go on Noir Productions website, and I think my team is going to put some stuff on Facebook and Instagram for you so you can find them. But real quick, I had a question. Tell me about a pre-moon. This is something I keep talking about, and a lot of people don't really know what that is. Tell me what the pre-moon is real quick.
So the pre-moon is when people, they can go and check out their destination wedding, or they can check out their honeymoon location, make the contacts that they need to contact. We work in sync with the wedding planners in destination. We have our favorites, so we try to make sure that you're perfectly matched with somebody who suits you and your personality. And many resort companies will allow you to come down at a discounted rate. Sandals does it also. You go down at a discounted rate for 3 nights, check out your destination wedding places, and then
So for those people who really like to plan, who like to know what they're getting into, who want to understand the traveling and know what they're going to, what do I need to know? Oh, maybe I decided I want to rent a car. I wasn't going to. You can kind of pre-think all of those things, right?
Absolutely. Or, like you said, pre-moon. Some people are going before their actual wedding.
Yeah. I like to joke that it's the way that you take a break so you don't kill each other before the wedding. And breathe for a minute before you go.
Because it is so stressful, and it gives them that downtime.
A breather for a minute.
Another thing I also do are bachelor parties and bachelorette parties in destination.
Great
I have, one coming up soon. They're going, you know, to a sandals, and they're just going to have a great time together, all the girls.
Thank you
You
so
know,
much for joining us
you're
today.
very
I really
welcome.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you for
Make
having
sure,
us.
remember, a
Great
year.
idea.
Yes, a year out. And if you're doing a bachelor and bachelorette party, definitely a year out, because that happens before the
Right.
wedding. So make sure you're reaching out to your travel agents today to make sure you are ready for your honeymoon. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And my team is telling me we just have a little bit of information to share with you before we bring our next person in. I know it's going to be a sweets person next, I believe. So just a quick shout out to what's going on with I Said Yes FL. I want to also say thanks to our sponsors again, Rent-A-Land Tents and Events. They did our draping here and all of the draping on the main stage today. They have more than just draping. They have rental tables, chairs, chargers. So make sure you're checking them out on their website, Rent-A-Land Tents and Events. We have Red Parrot Travel, of course. They're a honeymoon sponsor today. Again, if you come out to our in-person show, our grand prizes are at $345 on the main stage. You must be present to win those. Different than what we're giving away online. So a reminder, you'd better be posting and tagging I Said Yes FL with those pictures of you joining us today and tuning into our live virtual show. Again, hashtag I Said Yes FL. Tag us on Facebook and Instagram. Here's another fun one. I know you want to show off that ring. So take a picture of that ring. We call it ring selfies. DM us on Instagram and Facebook, and we will reshare it on a story and shouting out to your amazing engagement, like a little engagement just to you. And if you want to see yourself in print, we actually have a wedding magazine also. I don't have one in my lap, but we have a wedding magazine called I Said Yes. You can also buy an engagement announcement in that magazine. Go to our website, reach out to us at info@ISaidYesFL.com. Somebody from my team will respond to you. We can get your engagement announcement in the next magazine. Some other things that are coming up. If you'd like to get a magazine, we are more than happy. If you come out today to in person, you're going to get one. I'm good. It's all right. My team is saying, do you want one? Do you want one? It's on the table, but I'm going to lose a mic if I lean over. So if you're not going to be able to come out to the in-person event today, it's okay. If you want a magazine, again, DM us on Instagram or Facebook, or email us at info@ISaidYesFL.com and give us your address. Our team would be more than happy to mail you a copy so you have that inspiration and those vendors and information on our upcoming shows in your hand. How many minutes do I have, crew? Because I can talk for hours. Still a couple of minutes? Oh, we're going to play some videos. Awesome. That's fantastic. I need a little drink of water anyway. So my amazing Oh Marvelous Productions team is going to play some videos for you. Again, thanks for joining us.
river waves, palm sweat, can't wait. She leans into me. Oh yeah, I grant her a dream, 'cause I'm a lover boy at heart. I'm a lover boy at heart.
All right, welcome back to the live virtual interviews that we're doing for the I Said Yes wedding show. We're coming to you live from the Hilton Orlando on International Drive. I'm Georgia, your host for today. Our next guest is walking in, and I'm going to give you a little more information while she's getting all settled in. Just a reminder, there are 3 virtual only giveaways today, and we are going to draw the winners at the end at about 12:32. Remember, this is live, and so it's going to be a little around that time. 12:32 is when we do the giveaways. You have to take a picture of yourself tuning in, post it on Instagram and Facebook, tag I Said Yes FL and hashtag I Said Yes FL, and then you will be entered for each photo that you post and tag into the drawing at the end. We've got some tickets to our I Do's and Brews coming up in November. It's a 21+ event. Complimentary samples of local beer and wine, along with free food samples and sweets and some crazy DJ entertainment, along with all of your wedding vendors. It's like the ultimate wedding planning date night, so we hope you can join us there, and you might be the lucky winner of a set of tickets. We also have a Kate Spade purse that we're going to be giving away as well, so you will have to give us your address so we can mail that to you. And I am excited to bring my dear friend, one of our always sponsors, Tammy with Red Parrot Travel. She is truly, you're going to be a very knowledgeable person. I'm excited to talk to you today. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Georgia. I'm so happy to be here today.
I know. We had some time to talk yesterday. So tell us what you do.
Well, I am a travel specialist, a romance travel specialist,
What?
and I've been in travel for a very long time. So I do honeymoons, destination weddings, custom and luxury travel.
Custom and luxury travel also. So tell us, how far out do I need to start talking to you?
I think at least a year out. The reason for that is, A, it gives you the opportunity to pick exactly what you want. You don't have to deal with what's left at resorts or on the ships or wherever you want to go. And B, it gives you a lot longer to pay on it. Most of our trips, we have final payments anywhere from 30, 45 to 90 days prior. So the further out you book, the longer you have to pay on it.
So that made really good, I'm glad she said that. So maybe you don't know this about booking your honeymoon, and it probably depends on who you work with as well. So be sure you're asking lots of questions, but I can make payments on my honeymoon, you just said.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So I don't know about you, but I love that idea, so that every month I have a little bit of money that I'm putting aside and I'm making my payments on my honeymoon. So when I get to, you said, some of them 90 days out.
Some of them are 90.
I'm paid in full, girl, we ready to go, right?
That's right, that is correct.
So I love that idea. So do you have areas that you special in, or can you book me anywhere I want to go?
I can book you anywhere in the world. I sell the world, so I'm
love
happy
that.
to.
I sell the world. How amazing. Do you have a favorite destination?
Everyone asks me that question, and I say I haven't been there yet.
Oh, that's beautiful. But you've been lots of places.
I've been lots of
yes?
places.
Okay.
I have not been all over the world, but
Sure.
you know, it depends. There are places that are very special to me because they may have a special meaning. Maybe it was my honeymoon destination.
Which was what?
Jamaica.
I've only been to the port in Jamaica, so I need to go visit.
Oh,
you and I
you
need to talk,
do.
right? We
You
need to go to
do.
Jamaica.
You
I've
do.
heard some beautiful things.
Oh.
Tell me, I had a question in mind, and because we started talking about Jamaica, I totally lost my mind. We'll start here. Is it ever too late to call you?
No, no, because the best thing you can do is work through a travel professional, because we have resources that you may not find on the internet or cannot find on the internet. And lots of times, even when a resort is sold out, I will call, because I may have contacts with the general managers or owners, and say, are you truly sold out, or do you have some rooms set aside? And also, lots of times groups will not materialize.
Oh, good.
So inventory goes back into play. as late as 30 days prior. So inventory might show up that wasn't there a week ago.
So those of you who maybe have had to reschedule your wedding and you didn't book your honeymoon in advance, she's saying it's okay. Call her. Let's see if she can help you get that honeymoon on the books, even if it's just in a short time, if it's by the end of the year or if it's first of next year. Now, I know right now some places aren't, some destinations aren't open. Are you staying on top of that for us so that we just ask you and you can help us?
Absolutely, but it does change day by day.
Good to know.
Sometimes twice a day it can change. So I don't predict anything. I can tell you what's open today. I can't tell you what's going to be open next week. So, but I know what's going on in the destinations that we can travel to, and then I can let you know if I've heard anything on the destinations that we're not open yet.
So I am so glad that you joined us. Again, I have to shout out, she is our honeymoon sponsor. The only way you can be entered to win this, we're not telling you what it is, honeymoon. We won't announce what it is until the main stage at 3:45 today. The only way to be entered is to actually come down to the in-person show today at the Hilton Orlando and get entered into the drawing to be the lucky winner of the honeymoon from Red Parrot Travel. You know we love you. Thank you so much for being here.
And we love you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
The best bridal shows in Central Florida. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Go back
you.
and find those couples and help them plan their honeymoons. Thank you so much. So we're going to talk a little bit about those giveaways again. We have some I Do's and Brews tickets. This is for our I Do's and Brews on November the 12th at Hourglass Brewery in Longwood. You definitely want to check it out there. It's an outdoor and indoor event. So there's really a great opportunity for you to spend some time enjoying a date night with your fiance, getting to peruse through some complimentary beer and wine samples along with our wedding vendors. There's also another one scheduled. My crew, make sure I don't get this date wrong. It is February the 3rd. Is that right, Haase? Shake your head. February the 3rd. I'm dyslexic a little bit, so I always want to do it backwards. February the 3rd at Paradise Cove. If you have never been to Paradise Cove, you absolutely have to come and see this space. It may not be their tagline, it's my tagline. It's like the only place you can get married on the beach in the middle of Central Florida without being on the beach, right? So it's really amazing property. That one, you can also buy tickets for it. You should be able to buy tickets for it on the website. If it's not up already, it will be up very soon. We're already booking into 2021 for all of our events. Reminder, take a picture of yourself tuning in, tag I Said Yes FL on Facebook and Instagram, and make sure that there's some really funny things going on behind the camera. Sorry, that's the beauty of live, right? And I don't do this all the time, so I have to laugh through it. Who is next? Are we ready for our next person just yet? Are we next, Sierra? Awesome, thank you so much. I'm excited that you're joining us. Come on in, have a seat. I'm fantastic. Welcome to our live interview today. Tell our viewers who you are and what you do.
Perfect Day Productions. I offer planning, coordinating, design, and decorating services. My goal is to give you the perfect day.
I love that. And
Thank
that's your
you.
name. It's so perfect. It's Perfect Day Productions. I'm so glad you've joined us today.
Yes, me
I know
too.
that it's already beginning to start hopping out there in the ballroom. So thank you for walking away and spending a few time with us. Tell us what is really important about booking your service and why it's so important.
So our couples want to feel relaxed. They want to wake up that day, get their hair and makeup done, play a round of golf, drink their mimosa, have a beer with their friends, and know that their vision, their dream, what they want for their day is going to be executed. That's what we do. We provide those setup and breakdown services, keeping things on time, coordinating with your vendors, helping you find the perfect venue. We're going to execute that vision. So for those couples that really just want to enjoy the day, and their friends and family too. Moms don't want to set up tables on wedding day. They're going to have us do that. So that's what we're there to do.
I love how she really, really spoke through all the things that are important on wedding day to the couple, right? Playing a round of golf, hanging with your guys to have a beer, enjoying some precious time with those other girls that you have brought in as the bride to be there for you for your special day. You don't want it to be hectic, crazy. You want to enjoy that precious time together, right? I love how you said that. So how far out should they start talking to you?
So we are booking 18 months in advance, 12 months, 18 months in advance. We can certainly make it happen in a few months. It's happened. We're working with, obviously now with COVID and everything that's happening, we're having to really execute events, rescheduling or at the last minute. So we can make it happen on a short term, but we book 18 months in advance.
So I think that was really great. You actually answered more than one question for me, which I appreciate, because I was going to ask you, is it ever too late? And so it's not
Never.
too late. So if you've already got things already planned, you've already got some of your design going, but you're like, man, I'm really getting stressed, they can still call you, right?
Absolutely. We can offer anywhere from helping you find your venue to your final exit and anything in between. So if you like the planning process, if you've got it organized and you're ready to go, you've planned everything, and then you're like, you know what, I just want to enjoy the day, call us. Even if it's a couple months before, we're working with a bride now who's getting married December 6th.
Oh, wow.
And she just decided, you know what, I think I just want to enjoy the day. And so we're helping her execute her vision and what she's planned.
I love that they just sort of pick up. So we have about 30 seconds left. Okay. Tell me, what's one of the most asked questions you hear?
Can you?
Ah.
And yes, we can.
Most of the time, the answer is yes.
Yes,
right?
pretty much. We can pretty much do anything. So we really do that, you know, can we do an adults only reception? Can we do an exit? Can we do some extra photos? How is a first look gonna go? They really just want to know that all these things that are in their head, can we make that happen? And we work really hard to
And if you want an
execute.
adult only reception, you know companies that can help them with people who have to travel with children, right?
Exactly, yeah. So if we have to bring in babysitting services, or just how to word that to our couple.
Nicely, politically
how do
correct,
we
for
let
lack of a better
them
term, right? I don't
know?
know the term is these days, but
exactly.
yeah.
So yeah, I kind of get that can you question a lot, and the answer most of the time is we can pretty much do anything.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you
us.
so
I
much for
appreciate
having
it.
me.
How do we find you real quick?
So my website is pdpweddings.com, so Perfect Day Productions. I have a studio in Lakeland, Florida, so you're all able to come to my studio, meet with me, see the decor that we have. We can play and design your wedding, and you can find me on Facebook and Instagram and online.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Go enjoy the rest
yes,
of the show and find
ma'am.
some
I
of
gotta
those
meet
couples
some
that need your
brides.
help.
Thank
All right,
you.
so this is the magazine I was talking about as my next group comes in. They're gonna be fun for today. Something really exciting, this amazing group of people, PB&J, photography is their jam, as you can see. They shot my magazine. We're so excited.
Yeah.
So if you come by today and you get your copy, they shot the cover photos and the spread that's in the magazine. If you DM us and let us know that you want us to mail you one, you'll get to see their work. Please introduce yourselves. And again, tell us the name of your company.
I'm Patrick. And I'm Jonathan. And together we run PB&J Studios.
What? So tell us what makes you unique.
Well, we don't always dress like this, first off, but
what if I want you to?
I would happily wear this
absolutely.
for a wedding.
We can wear this to your wedding.
You want PB&J? You got it.
You agree, exactly. We are a photo and video company, full service, so we do photo, video, we do photo booths, and live streaming.
Yeah, and something really fun about our name is PB&J. His name is Patrick Buckley. My name is Jonathan. So it's just kind of came together, peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah,
It worked
and
out.
who doesn't love peanut butter and jelly, right? So again, I've said this over and over on the interviews today. Many of the vendors that have come in today, we've actually worked with them as a company. Again, I mentioned that they did the cover shoot. It was amazing. It's absolutely stunning. We were doing cartwheels, not literally, but figuratively cartwheels when the FedEx truck dropped them off. We're so excited for you guys to go through them. Tell us a little bit of advice for our couples when they need to choose their photographer. Why might they choose you?
One thing with photography is, and I'm sure you've heard it before, you're going to spend all day with that person, literally 8 hours. They're with you, you're getting ready, doing photos and things. You need to feel comfortable. It's someone you need to connect with. I feel like at the end of the day, most times, we've almost created like a real friendship with our couples and with their families, and that's important that you want to see that.
Yeah, and I mean, and we always like to communicating with our couples like way in advance. You know, a couple times we'll email you, we'll give you a call, say, hey, how's your day coming together? You know, do you need any help finding other vendors? What are you still looking for? And we just make sure, you know, like we work with a lot of vendors, a lot of great people, and you know, we can definitely offer advice for them, and you know, it helps build that that connection with the couple. So.
And I probably won't say it right, Patrick. So I also had Patrick as one of our show sponsors one time doing photos, and it'll probably make me cry thinking about it, took a photo of a really special moment for my family that we didn't even realize he took. And you explained it one time about how it's like you see it. And I don't know if you can remember what you said, but you told me how you just see the moment happening and you know to take the picture. Tell me about that.
I mean, it's just, I think...
You're tuned in,
we've
right?
We've been photographing weddings now for 5 years. We're well over 150 weddings, and you do get a sense for it. And obviously, I'm the kind of person, I'm a big softie at heart, I'm a big like if you're crying and it's happy, I'm crying with you.
Yeah.
That's just who I am.
Yeah.
Jonathan a little bit, but... and so we look for those moments, and you see things, and I think what it was with you, your daughter had come home early, Jeremy wasn't expecting it, your husband, I happened to be there, and the look on his face was just, I noticed like, this is a moment.
Something is happening.
This is emotion here, and so I just grabbed it because it was like,
Oh,
if
man,
it's in front of you, you have a camera,
so
why not?
Special.
And now you have it forever, you know. And
we have it forever, and when we see that picture, it's so special. And I wanted to bring that up because I feel like when you connect with your photographer, right, you want somebody who knows you enough to know, I know that face, and I know that that bride is about to cry, or that she's seeing something that she's not going to realize she's doing that I want to catch on camera. And truly, they tune in to you. So make sure that you call them, and you reach out to PB&J Studios. Tell me why you should be their jam.
Oh, because we love what we do. We're gonna be there for you. We're gonna be your friend. We're gonna help you live a stress-free, wonderful day. We love weddings. We remember our wedding, and we want you to have the best experience.
Super fast, because they're putting the mic on my next person. Tell me two things. One, how far out should they book you? And two, how do they find you?
A year to a year and a half, pbnjstudios.com. pbnjstudios.com.
But if they haven't booked you yet, can they still call you? Like if there may be their weddings in December or January, that's
Of
not
course,
a year out,
of
so
course.
still call you.
Yeah, ideally, but if you call me on Thursday and we got an opening on Friday and you need somebody,
He's there, man.
I'm there. So this is what we do. It's what we
It's your
love.
jam.
So yeah,
For
keep
sure.
it
I
photo
have
and
to
video.
keep saying that because it cracks me up. It's
Actually,
their jam.
Georgia gets credit for that. After we came up with PB&J, she was like, photo and video, that's like your jam. And I was
And
like,
we were
light bulb.
And now they wear
So,
peanut butter and jelly.
Now we
Credit.
literally wear.
Thank you, gentlemen,
Thank
so
you.
much
Of
for
course,
being
thank
here.
you.
We are
Our
going to go
pleasure.
through that magazine one day together and
wait.
just love every photo.
Check it out.
Check it out. That's them. Thank you, gentlemen,
Thank
for
you so
joining us.
much.
Go
Appreciate
enjoy
it.
the rest of the show.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I know that we're getting ready for our next person to join us now. And I can't always see who's coming in because the light's in my face, but thank you so much. Hi, welcome. I am very good. Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely.
So tell us who you are and what you do.
Awesome. My name is Bree, and I work with At Last Weddings. I'm a lead event coordinator.
Perfect. So we've talked to a couple of planners today, but everyone brings something different. And I'm so glad that we have you here today with us with At Last. So tell me what services you provide, because everyone does a little something different.
Yeah, absolutely. So we offer a month of coordination. We like to really get with our brides and kind of figure out everything that they're doing throughout the entire planning process, get with them, and then make sure that they are set and ready to go and have no worries the day of the event.
Awesome. So do you offer, you said month of, right?
Month of is our most popular
Oh,
package,
good. I'm
but
glad
we
you
do
said that.
offer full package. Absolutely, yeah.
So they offer more than just month of, but month of is the most popular. I'm glad you said that. Tell me why you believe that's your most popular package.
So a lot of brides really like to be involved in their planning process. You know, of course, full planning, we will go ahead and, do your design, help you pick your colors, your dresses, whatever you need. But when you do month of, you're actually really able to go ahead and be involved in your planning process and then be able to kind of bring us in at the last moment and then just kind of say, hey, pick up all the loose ends and tie it all together. So that's why it's most popular.
I like that. And so I think that's a really good thing to understand is you don't call it day of. Day of is different than month of, right? So
Absolutely,
tell me
yeah.
the difference so that our listeners understand difference between day of and month of.
Oh yeah, so day of doesn't really exist because there's no way you can just have a coordinator come in and just know everything that you need to do. I mean, we really do hours and hours of planning behind the scenes. We are checking your contracts. We are getting in touch with all of your vendors. We are making sure they have everything they need. I mean, there's so many details that you don't even think about. Like, does my caterer provide water pitchers? I mean, you don't even know. Sometimes they don't. So we really do say that month of is going to be like your basic package because you definitely need someone to come in 30 days before and make sure that all of your loose ends are tied up.
I think that's great. I like the way that she explained it. And so tell me something, because you've said something about month of and the day of doesn't really exist.
Yeah.
And so what kind of questions should our viewers today ask the planners when they're speaking to them and interviewing them as a possible planner for their wedding? What's like the top two questions they should ask?
So the biggest thing is they want to make sure that the planner is experienced with the venue, because knowing your venue in and out is really, really helpful because we can be able to get things done quickly without asking the venue coordinator, hey, where is the storage closet? Or how do I turn the lights off? You know, that sometimes can
Great
take 10
questions.
minutes. The other thing is knowing your vendors too. There's so many big name people in Orlando and even small name as well. So you want to make sure that, we really have good relationships, which we do with all of our vendors. Like, we are so happy, our frienders, as we like to call it, of course, that we, are on a name-by-name basis and we can go ahead and, get things done quickly and efficiently.
I'm enjoying this conversation so much. My crew's back there like, Georgia, pay attention. We have 30 seconds left. Pay attention. Pay attention. It's so funny. So let's say, first of all, how can they find you all? Two questions. How do they find you? And then are you doing in-person and or Zoom?
Absolutely. In person, Zoom, FaceTime, whatever you guys want to do, we will do it 100%.
You come to them. I love it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And then, of course, on Facebook, on Instagram, any
And how do they
website,
find it? How do you spell it out?
At Last. So At Last Weddings and Events.
At Last Weddings and Events. We are out of time. I think I could have
No
sat and talked to you
problem.
for a long time. So clearly, Bree is somebody you'd be able to build a relationship with. Make sure you look them up. Again, they're in the show all day today as
Yes,
well. We're so
absolutely.
glad you have joined us.
Thank you.
Get back to your booth. Find
Yes,
your next
thank you
clients.
so
Help
much.
those couples.
Of
Thank
course.
you so much. All right, coming up next, let me just flip through here and get caught up. I got way behind on my notes. We have, is this Michael? Yes, awesome. Michael, come on in. This is Michael with Perry Ellis.
Hi, how are you?
Definitely showing up sharp, as you
Good.
should, right? So it's important for our gentlemen to look good on their special day. So tell us, again, the name of your company and what you do there and why it's important to work with you.
So I represent Perry Ellis International. We are in the industry for suiting, and we have just expanded a couple years ago more on the wedding side of the business.
Okay.
And it's going phenomenal with us. As you see, I'm wearing the white tuxedo right now.
Which is beautiful.
Yes.
Yes. If you're not, I know you can see it on the screen, but in person it's absolutely beautiful. And he's so cool. He's got no socks on, which I love.
Yeah.
So anyway, got shoes, but no socks. I love it. Go ahead.
And so we feature right now 3 main suits, just the navy, the black, and the white. It's doing, again, phenomenal. We cater to over 20 different styles in the other locations.
I love it. So I have a question for you. I'm not knowledgeable in suits, so I'm going to ask him a lot of questions.
Okay.
Do you rent or do we buy from you?
We all buy.
All buy.
All buy. We don't do no renting. You can actually own it for a little bit less than actually renting nowadays.
I think that's important for you to
huge.
understand. Yeah, you can actually own the suit. Now look, I know that a lot of us don't get dressed up and get fancy and go out much, but unfortunately there's funerals, there's other weddings, there's galas, there's nonprofit things that you're going to, there's
Absolutely.
opportunities, or just the suit jacket with a pair of jeans, right?
Literally.
So really, if you can buy it custom fit,
Yes.
right, for the price that you, just a little less than what you would rent it for, there's really an opportunity there.
And
Go
yeah,
ahead.
Yeah, and we can keep you, like a tuxedo, for instance, is a staple piece. It never goes out of fashion. Like you said, galas, etc.
Right.
It's a good thing to have in your closet.
So let me ask you this question. Do you have brick and mortars where I'm coming to you, or do you have an online service as well?
Both. So
Okay.
we do have brick and mortar stores in all of our main locations. We have over 50 stores around the United States.
How many right here in Central Florida? Do you know?
4.
Four.
Yeah.
Four
Yes.
chances. Okay, go ahead.
So we're looking at the outlets and at Florida Mall as well.
Oh, excellent. Okay. But I can send you my measurements online, and you can do it that way as well.
Yes.
Okay. And we got about 60 seconds left, so I'm going to
Okay.
ask a couple of questions. How far out do I need to order my suit? I know that we're going to talk about gowns in just a minute and how far out you have to order, and it's a lot longer than people think. Tell me about my suit. How far out do I need to call you?
You can come the day before.
Whoa, did you just hear that?
Walk in. I've had weddings come in literally the night before. I need a suit, and we size them up, and you're on the way out because you don't have to get tailored. So everything's
Ah.
already pre-tailored. We have short, long, all different sizes where you can literally walk out and go straight to
So,
your
I mean,
wedding.
I don't recommend it
No.
for the last minute, but he's saying if you are like, oh man, we should have ordered a suit and I totally forgot, or maybe you were supposed to and you didn't, and your girl's like, you better go get a suit.
Yeah.
So he says you can come in, make sure you look them up, check their store hours,
Yes.
right? There's 4 in Central Florida,
Yep.
but you can also do it in advance online. So make sure that you check us out, check them out. How can we find you? What's the website address?
PerryEllis.com, and then you can type in our zip code, and you can look us up.
Excellent. So you're here today with a few suits on
Yes.
display.
Yeah.
So if you come in person to our show today, make sure you stop by the booth, see Perry Ellis. Thank you so much
Thank
for joining
you.
us. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you.
I am looking forward to our next group. They're coming in super flashy, which I always love. We have worked with this venue time and time and time again. They're dear friends of ours. This is Mission Inn coming to sit with us. Come on in, grab a seat. You can. You want them both on the sofa? Yes. Okay, both on the sofa if you don't mind. Hi, ladies. Welcome. Again, we are at the I Said Yes wedding show, and this is a venue, Mission Inn Resort Weddings. Is that the best way to say it? Okay, Mission Inn Resort Weddings. Introduce yourselves and tell us what makes you unique as a venue.
So I am Jessica. I'm the wedding sales manager on the team, and this is Bree, the director of sales. As a venue, we are not just a venue, but a full-service resort with hotel rooms, golf, a spa, and 3 completely unique venues on property to choose from.
And I didn't know if you wanted to say something too. She's like, I'm here. I think that's really important to hear. So, but here's a question. I'm just curious. Do you do more than one wedding in a weekend?
Yes.
Yes.
So because we're spread over 1,100 acres, we do have the
Beautiful.
capacity to host multiple on a day without ever having couples run into each other. So they kind of all have to stay on their own turf. But we do, Thursday weddings, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So the chances there being multiple on a day isn't super likely. Multiple over a weekend. We do brunches, dinners. So a little bit of everything.
So if somebody wants to contact you and just start the conversation, what's the best method of communication for you? Email, Instagram, phone call, what's the best?
All of the above.
All of the above, right?
I mean, we're in the office 5 days a week, so we're really easy to get a hold of. We're on every avenue that you can think of. So whatever
And they are really good
works.
at answering. Again, we've been friends for a long time
Yeah.
and colleagues, so they are really good at answering. Are you doing in-person site visits?
We are. So we are doing in-person site visits. Majority of it's outside, so that's nice to be able to be outside. It takes about an hour and a half to see all 3 spaces, so it's a good time.
Tell me what's different about those 3 spaces. And it can be short, you know, like one is
Absolutely.
this, one is this, you know.
So we have our main resort side location near all of the hotel rooms. That one has a European inspired vibe, kind of the tile roofs and the statues and the gardens. Our marina location is more of your old Florida lakeside kind of rustic vibe. It's got earth and just greenery and beautiful. And then we have our Legends location, which is kind of more your Southern Country Club. It's got almost like a secret garden ceremony space, a gorgeous terrace for cocktail hour, and then the floor-to-ceiling windows for reception overlooking the course.
So we still have about 60 seconds. So what is something that makes you unique? What sets you apart that maybe you want them to know? But you call it like a wedding weekend, right?
Yes,
I want you to hit that. Yeah.
Yes, so we really specialize in the full wedding weekend, you know, having your guests come out, spend more than just the day with you where it's super hectic, no matter how hard you plan. So have them check in, do rehearsal dinner, welcome party, golf, spa, you know, have the wedding, and then, you know, farewell the next day. So that way you're getting the full weekend with your guests instead of just that one day.
And I know this is going to be a really big question. You're probably already hearing it as my guest. Do you have any openings still this year if we had to reschedule and we haven't yet?
We do. Because we have the 3 venues, we have more availability than most venues because we technically can do multiple on a day.
And do you have a restricted list of vendors, or can we discuss with you some of the other people we're talking to? Like, it has to be your catering, right?
So we handle all the catering in-house.
Perfect.
We have an open vendor policy as long as they're licensed and insurance.
Excellent. Thank you so
Of
much
course.
for joining us.
Thank
Tell them where
you.
they can find you real quick. What's your handle for Instagram and Facebook?
Mission Inn Resort Weddings.
Mission Inn Resort Wedding. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
ladies.
So
We'll see you back out at the show. All right, we are getting ready for we're just waiting for our next person. So I'm catching up, no worries. We're gonna again remind you about the giveaways that are coming up. I don't have the time, but it's gonna be about 12:32 when we get to the end of our interviews. Our team is gonna draw the winners from those of you who are posting and tagging the pictures where you're joining in today with your feet up on the sofa, selfie in front of the TV screen, or if you've got your YouTube playing up there. So we appreciate all of you joining us today, but remember, your tickets are still good for our in-person event at Hilton Orlando on International Drive. So make sure you have them downloaded into your iWallet, or you have your Eventbrite app pulled up and you have your tickets, because it is a touchless entry. So you'll need to make sure you have those tickets when you come down, and make sure you go to the website or your emails or the event page, right? My team back there, all the notes about parking are on the event page as well on Facebook, because there is some special directions to make sure you get to the right location to park because of some things going on down here in the convention area. So make sure you follow those directions to find your way to our in-person event. Reminder, we do have 2 completely different fashion shows running today at 2:30 and 3:30. And in just a little bit longer, we're actually going to have some of those dresses by Something New Bridal Boutique. If you didn't see some of those teaser photos that we put up on Instagram, they are absolutely stunning. My team has had the opportunity to work with this bridal salon. The models are in love with them. They made even my models feel like they were the brides. They just treated them so special. So we hope that you have the opportunity to hang on for a little longer and see those dresses. I want to make sure I continue to say thank you to all of our sponsors. So we talked about runway events earlier. I want to make sure I mention it again. They did this beautiful vignette setting for us. They have tons of rental. They also do planning, and they also have floral. So certainly someone, and design, so definitely a company you want to check out. That's Runway Events. They are not actually in the show today. They had a bunch of weddings this weekend, thankfully, and so their team wasn't available, but they provided this beautiful setup for us. Again, that's Runway Events. We have Weddings, Inc., which did our inspiration gallery. They are planners as well. They have some really amazing packages, so make sure you check them out online, Weddings, Inc. We have Love and Theory. They are doing our photos for the show today. Make sure that you check out our Facebook page. Make sure you're following us on Facebook so that when we post all of those pictures to the album on Facebook, you can see all the beautiful pictures that Love and Theory took. Atmospheres Floral and Decor, they did the bouquets for the models today on the stage. We've been working with them for years. They do an absolutely beautiful job. They have more than just floral, lots of decor to help you match the design for your wedding day. Our next person is getting mic'd up, so just hang in there for one more second. Vertex Visual, if you were listening the whole time, Noah was here earlier. He's our videographer. Come on in. He was our videographer. And we have Kendra Scott, of course, who is our sponsor for, go ahead and sit on the sofa, our sponsor for our swag bags, and they also have some really amazing pieces of jewelry to give away at the main stage. If you're in person, you can get entered to win those. Welcome.
Hi.
Thanks for being here. Go ahead and tell us who you are and who you're with.
So I am Jill Grantlin with Pure Romance.
And we are so glad you joined us. I'm just catching up on my notes. Tell us, for those of you who don't know what Pure Romance is, tell us what that is.
So we are an in-home party company for women. We specialize in women's sexual health. We do the fun parties. So basically you invite your girlfriends over. We're gonna do everything else. We'll do an entire party presentation of our bath products, beauty products, lingerie, enhancement creams, lubricants, and toys.
So I think that's really exciting. That was a long list, and I won't remember them all. But she also has, you have bath products, you said, which is nice to know too. So right now, you know, some people may not be ready to quite get together with their girlfriends just yet. If I'm wanting to experience some of what you have, do you have an online option? Okay.
We do. So we have an online option. We have Zoom parties as well.
Oh, cool. I haven't seen that.
Oh yeah, we do a bunch of different things when it comes to being able to get people together virtually if need be. We can also do it Facebook Live if need be.
Okay.
And we would do that in a group so that it would still be done privately.
Understood. So that's really great. So those of you who are ready to kind of start talking to Jill and her team now, they do actually a Zoom party, which is really cool. I'll have to check that out. So if I'm interested in hearing more about your company and what you do and what you offer, how can I find that information?
So pureromance.com is one of the best ways, especially if you're not local.
Okay.
Then you'd be able to find a consultant close to you.
And if I want to find you, because I'm talking to you today, how do I do that?
So still pureromance.com.
Okay, excellent.
And then my first and last name, which is Jillian Grantlin.
Jillian Grantlin, thank you. And do women do this for like bachelorette parties?
So yes, we do a bunch of different things. We do just ladies' nights. We also do bachelorette parties. We do pretty much any style party that you actually want. We can do everything from as mild to as wild as you want as well.
That's awesome. And if people are listening in from somewhere other than Central Florida, like maybe South Florida, your team is down there too, right? I know this, but I'm asking you because I want them to hear too. So you have team all over Central Florida, all the way down to Tampa. How much further than that?
I have all girls all the way to Miami.
All the way to Miami,
the entire
and all
state.
the way up to
Georgia.
Okay, so she's got us all covered. No matter where you are, viewers, Jill has you covered. So tell me maybe the most asked question when it comes to either booking the party or purchasing your products. Like, what are some of the questions that the ladies are asking?
So probably one of the biggest questions is men allowed to go?
Oh, okay,
That's
great
probably honestly the
question.
biggest. They're not allowed to be at the party.
Okay.
We do couples consultations if they want to see what we have and be able to touch, hold, and smell all the products that we carry as well. But they cannot be there the night of. They can be there prior and after.
Okay, so that was a great question. So we have about 30 seconds. Tell me something that maybe we wouldn't know. How long's the company been around? I know that this company has a really great reputation. So tell us that so that they understand this is a company that's been around for a long time.
27 years.
Yes.
We've been around. What about the company? So
You've been doing it for a long time.
7 years.
So the company, the national company, has been out for 27 years.
Yep.
You've been doing it for 7 years. So clearly you're an expert in this area, in the Pure Romance area. And you are in the show all day today, along with your team. You still doing the I said yes.
Of course.
So when you're in the ballroom today, if you hear I said yes, we love that because our name is I Said Yes. That is her team at their table, celebrating someone joining and finding the opportunity to work with Pure Romance for their wedding. Thank you so much, Jill.
You're welcome.
Hopefully
Thank
I'll get
you.
a second to talk to you later.
Yes,
it's so
please
good
do.
to see you.
Good
I
to
will
see you as
stop by.
well.
Thank you so much. All right, we're getting ready for the next group of people to come in. Come on in and have a seat on my sofa. This is Connor with Complete, and I feel like it's Complete Weddings and Events Orlando, right? Is that the right way to say it?
Yeah, Complete Weddings and Events Orlando. Yep.
So tell us what, so this is Connor. Tell us what, I know what it means, but let's tell all of our viewers what that means. What does Complete Weddings mean?
Yeah, absolutely. So we actually offer DJ photography, videography, photo booth, and uplighting. So we do a little bit of everything.
6 or 7?
That's 5 services.
5,
Yeah.
I can't even count. That was 5 services.
Yep.
So can I book just one of those?
Absolutely. Actually, our bread and butter is really DJ. We've been a DJ company
good
for
to know.
45 years.
Okay.
So
45, did you hear that? Not him.
No,
Unless
I haven't
he
been
has
around.
some really amazing plastic surgeons.
Yeah.
But the company's been around for 45 years. So
Yes.
really you guys have perfected the idea of the DJ service.
Absolutely, yeah. The DJ service is really centered around customer service and being interactive with the crowd. So we love to just be involved. Our DJs will teach dances at the weddings and really coordinate everything and kind of quarterback the reception. So.
Sure. And tell me, what is the benefit of booking all of your services? Why would I want to book all of them at once?
So we really found that with all services under one roof, it's an awesome team atmosphere. Things go a lot smoother the day of, and I'm your contact leading up, so it makes the planning process a lot smoother as well.
That makes really good sense.
Yeah.
So what is the most asked question that couples might ask you?
So it's really a DJ question. It's about how we keep the dance floor packed. So it's typical DJ question, but honestly, it's just being interactive, having fun with the crowd. If the crowd is, obviously you have to read the room, that's the number one. But if the crowd's getting a little bit antsy and wanting to go sit down, not feeling the music, we want to get out, teach dances. Some crowds are harder to get out on the dance floor than others, so we've really gotten good at even those crowds that may want to sit down and are a little less interactive naturally, we can kind of pull that string and get them back out.
I love it. I would love to see that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Speaking of that, where can we find examples of your DJ work, your photos, those kinds of things? What are your Instagram, Facebook, website?
So we have completewedo.com/Orlando. That's where you can find some examples of our work. We also have Instagrams of all of our DJs too. So that's a great way to get.
Oh, that is good.
Yeah. So you can kind of feel out. We love to match couples with the right DJ. So kind of feel out for each personality.
So this is a great question. So you have more than one DJ that we can work with your company?
Correct. We currently have 6.
Oh, good. Good to know.
So you can pick, and same with photography, videography. We match you up with the right one. You can go on our website and pick which one you want, as long as they're available.
So we have about 15 seconds left.
Cool.
One quick question. I just drew a blank. I was going to ask you a question. I drew a blank. Welcome. This is what happens when you've been doing this for like 3 hours, right?
Yeah.
Is it too late to book you? Like if I have a wedding at the end of the year, is it too late to book your services?
We're pretty booked October, November, but definitely call. December, we have some availability.
Great.
Yeah. So.
And how far out should I discuss with you DJ, photography, videography, all of those services?
9 months is the average. We book a year to a year and a half out even, but at least 6 months is what I would advise.
9 months is comfortable, 6 months is okay, but always call. Thank you so much. Make sure you check out, they have a really cool booth, so make sure you check out Complete booth at the show if you come in today, and thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. Thanks,
Appreciate
Georgia.
it.
Yeah.
All right, now some fun is starting. It is time for some dresses. Come on in and have a seat. It is time for some dresses. We are honored to have Something New Bridal Boutique as our sponsor today for our fashion show. All of our beautiful models are going to be wearing their dresses, and in just a few minutes, we're actually going to show you some, but we're going to talk for just a moment, and I know that my script has changed up a little bit, so tell me your name and what you do at Something New Bridal.
Sure. I am Anna, and I am a bridal consultant at Something New Bridal Boutique.
So tell me, in case I've never done this before, what does the bridal consultant do for me?
So basically, we are there to make the whole experience super seamless, an amazing experience. Finding your wedding dress should be super exciting. It shouldn't be stressful. So we are there to make everything fun.
And are you by appointment only?
So we are by appointment only. We do have walk-in appointments available as well. So we always recommend making an appointment.
That's awesome. And so it's nice to know that you are doing in-person appointments. In case, because of the times that we're in right now, are there any particular things I need to know, like coming in? Do I have to wear my mask all the time? Am I limited to the number of people that I can bring?
Sure, yeah. So we are limiting the number of people to 10 people.
Oh, wow, that's a lot of people.
Some people bring a lot, but so we are asking that people wear their masks, and we are actually a boutique that takes one bride at a time.
Oh, nice to know.
So you don't have to worry about any other people. It's super private, super exclusive, so that's
I feel like that sets you apart already, the fact that you just take one appointment at a time, which means that it's really special just for the bride that's there, right? So what else sets you apart? What makes you unique? And I'm not up to date on bridal gowns and what's popular and trending right now, but I'm sure many of our listeners are. So tell us what makes you unique and sets you apart.
Of course, yeah. So something awesome that we do is we offer custom gowns, which we are so successful with. Everyone has left super happy. We love sharing their photos, and we actually take the dress into the boutique and name the dress after them. So that's something special that we do.
Did you hear that? The dress gets named after you. That is so amazing. Please tell me where I'm looking now, because the camera I'm supposed to be looking at has left. All right, we're making some changes for at this live event to get ready for the dresses, and so the camera I'm normally looking at has walked away. So I wanted to make sure we're looking and speaking directly to you. As our dresses ready to start coming in, we can go ahead and start bringing the first one in. Sure. Tell me something, how far out, especially with a custom dress, do I need to come see you?
Actually, something super awesome is we are very quick. Shipping is very quick, even with everything going on. So all the way from 8 months to we've done a wedding dress 2 weeks before the wedding off the rack. So
wow. So it's always nice to plan ahead, but they've even been able to help couple a bride even 2 weeks out. And so this is going to be a little bit of back and forth. Are you going to talk about the gowns for us while they're showing the gowns? Yep. Awesome. Are we ready with the second camera to go for our... Yes, so this I am in. Yes. I am actually in love. So I'm just going to let you talk for a little bit about that dress.
Perfect. So this is Olivia, and she is wearing the Pem dress, which is a beautiful gown. It has a very fine ruffle throughout. She is wearing the matching veil, which almost all of our dresses have a matching veil to them. Sleeve is actually detachable, which is awesome. So you can get those pictures and then take it off and be super comfortable dancing throughout the night. So it has a hand-beaded top, which is amazing. And then that's Pem.
That's beautiful. And this hair and makeup is done by Carmel Design Team. I want to make sure they get shouted out. If in case you're not going to make it to the show in person today, they did a beautiful job. This is Something New Bridal Boutique. And what is the name of this dress?
Pem.
Pem.
Yes.
So this dress is Pem. Absolutely gorgeous. And as they are showing you the back of that, we're going to get ready to get the next dress in. Thank you, Olivia. The model is Olivia. Thank you so much, Olivia, for being here today. She'll be on the stage modeling those dresses in just a few moments. And we're going to give her a second to step down. So we talked about, while she's getting down, we talked about how far out we can, really as little as 2 weeks, right?
Yes.
Tell us where your salon is located.
So we are actually located in Winter Park, very close to downtown Winter Park. We've been there for 7 years, started in 2013. So we love being there. The location is awesome. So that's
and the owner is at the salon as well, right?
Yes, she is there all the time, super hands-on, which is very important.
I know our team who had the chance to meet DeLake, right?
Yes.
I'm saying it correct, DeLake, just fell in love with her and the whole team. And she really had, they had some wonderful things to say about her, so it's nice to know that she's hands-on.
Yes.
We're getting our next model up here. Oh my goodness.
Perfect. So this is the Essence gown worn by Essence. So this dress actually came in the day that she came to try on dresses. She fell in love with it, so we decided to name it Essence. So that kind of goes along with what we do.
I think that is truly a beautiful name for that dress. I feel like it is just the essence of the day, isn't it?
Yes.
You are a lucky model, Essence. And is that headpiece yours as well?
It is ours as well. So this dress is an off-the-shoulder long sleeve gown. It has a silver stitching throughout and again hand-beaded. So beautifully made.
Beautiful. And are these, because I'm curious, are these made in the U.S.? Are they imported? Where did they come from?
Yes, they're from Europe. So they are brought over, but they are gorgeous.
They are beautiful. Is there anything we want to see on the back? Do you need her to
so this is a beautiful, beautiful back if you want to turn all the way around.
And would you call this a ball gown? Is that the right word?
So this is a ball gown, and you can actually add a hoop into it to make it as big as you want.
Wow.
Yes, and so the pleating actually allows for that to be extended a little bit more. So if that's something that you want to do.
And she looks really comfortable in it. She looks like it just was made to fit her.
Yep.
So perfect Essence dress for Essence. Thank you, Essence. Again, that was our model. Essence, thank you for joining us. We're getting ready to see something completely different, which is beautiful, which says that you have a wide variety of dresses for them to choose from in your salon. Is there a dress that's really popular you're seeing coming up in the next 9 months to years?
Yes. So actually, surprisingly enough, ball gowns are coming back in, which recently we've been seeing all the sheath and all the tighter stuff, but trends change, and now we're going into the ball gown phase of things. So that's what's exciting. It's never the same, and then we go through waves of different styles that become
And I talked about this earlier with another vendor. Even if you're not the trendy girl like you, I'm totally not wearing a ball gown. I'm not wearing a ball gown. I wore one 24 years ago, and I would not be. There was nothing wrong with it. Know that, but I would be ready for something different. And I, at my age, wouldn't care that it wasn't on trend, right? So you can custom fit, or you can. It's okay that it's not a ball gown. You're going to find the dress that's best for me, right?
Exactly. So they're all custom. You can make any changes, which is awesome because everyone wants to tweak it and make it a little bit more special.
Make it special. So tell us all about this one.
So this is our model Alexandria, and she is wearing the Cora gown. So this material is a matte stretch satin. It has applique, hand beading. It has a beautiful plunge in a sheer strap. If she wants to turn around just a little bit, she is wearing the Cassidy veil, and it complements the back beautifully. It is a low back. Yep. So that lace kind of extends and brings all of the lace and the simpleness into the gown as well. So if you like a little sparkle, this
Something
is it.
I learned recently, so I have a daughter, she's not really a child, a daughter getting married, and we did some dress shopping recently. And you may not know this if you haven't been dress shopping yet. Can you change out the sheer color of that so it matches my skin color better?
You can, yeah. So you can change that out. You can make it ivory. You can like fill it in.
I could do it with white as well. If I'm a little more conservative, but I love the look, I can put white underneath as well, right?
Yep.
So again, you can custom make it to fit exactly who you are by changing out some of those simple things. And what other accessories do you have? If I wanted to put a belt on, you have belts?
Sure, yeah, we have belts. You can add extra beading. You can take away beading. You can dress it up with an earring, stuff like that. So really the possibilities are endless.
And this one is beautiful. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. There's these beautiful, it looks from here like buttons are bling down the back. It's beautiful. So if that when you're standing up at the altar, if that's really important to you, this one definitely has a beautiful back. Thank you for joining. You said Alexandria, correct? Thank you for joining us. That's our model today. And I believe we have one more dress for you.
Yep.
And as she gets ready to come up, tell us a little piece of advice when I'm choosing my dress.
Yep, I think it is so important to stick to yourself and stick to what you like, because when you're looking down 10 years down the line and you say, oh my gosh, this was so me, and that's the most important thing. So.
You know, and so we've all seen those shows on TV, you know, Say Yes to the Dress, and the girls are like, this is it.
Yeah.
Does that moment happen?
Yes, actually, surprisingly enough, I have a couple that I vividly remember the tears and the excitement and just the joy of being there. So
and it makes us, as women, we love to feel beautiful
Yes.
in our own skin, right? And so being able to find the dress that you feel like speaks to who you are as an individual.
It's awesome.
So tell us all about this one. This is our model, Erin.
Perfect, yep, and she is actually wearing our Zara gown from Isabella Talia. And this gown is a V-neck plunge, which again, if you're more conservative, you can definitely bring it back up.
Sure.
This has a sequin underlay and a applique and beaded dress entirely. It has a nice V back, V sides, V front, so it kind of keeps that consistency and beauty of the dress. So that's a little bit about Zara.
This color is really good for her. The mesh on this one is really
Yes.
perfectly matched for her. But again, if you're a little more conservative, I think it's important to know. Please let your boutique know and your designer, not a designer, I drew a blank. Your what do you call yourself?
A bridal consultant.
Bridal consultant, thank you. I totally drew a blank. Tell your bridal consultant, you know, I love this dress, but I'm a little more conservative.
Yep.
They can show you how they can cover up that front piece, but still leave the sides open.
Yep.
So make sure you speak to them and say, I love this, but, and see
Be
if they can make,
honest.
I love that.
Yeah.
Be honest when you're trying it on. And it's okay if you don't like it,
It doesn't
right?
hurt our feelings. We want to get the dress for you, so that's
I love
most
that.
important.
Anything else they need to know about this one before we finish?
I think that's it, other than the fact that it comes with a matching veil, so that's something
Beautiful.
awesome that we offer.
Something that they offer, again, is matching veil and headpieces.
Yes.
The veils are absolutely stunning. And I feel like what I've been seeing from you is that the long veils are coming back as well.
Yes, definitely coming back in. The lace, the glam is definitely coming back.
Thank you, Erin. I know that our models have to go back and get ready for the runway. Thank you, ladies. Again, hair and makeup by Carmel Design Team, an amazing team that works with us often at our shows. They did a beautiful job showing off our models and your dresses. And we look forward to seeing your
very
team and
excited.
your dresses. You brought a lot of dresses today for the
Oh yes,
runway.
we have a lot to see. Very exciting.
So they brought lots of dresses. So if you make it out to the show today in person, there are two completely different fashion shows. There's even some dress changes. So give a round of applause if you come, even from home, for those models, because it's not easy to quick change out of a gown into another one. They're pretty amazing. We appreciate them all. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your time.
Again, our sponsor is Something New Bridal Boutique. We're so excited that you're here. I can't wait to see the shows. I'll be able to see the shows. I'm looking forward to it.
Sounds
Now I know
good.
you have lots of work to do, so thank
I'll
you
be on
so
the way.
much.
Thank you.
Okay, so it looks like we have lots of things going on. My team is keeping me up to date. I feel like I'm a little out of the loop about what's going on in the main ballroom, but I understand it's really busy out there. I keep hearing the music. So if you're going to be able to come down to the in-person show today, we're at Hilton Orlando on International Drive. Remember, it is a touch-free check-in, so make sure you have your tickets in your wallet or in your iWallet or on your Eventbrite app. And you can just show that at the door. Your ticket is still good for the in-person event today. My team is going to tell me how much more time I have to fill for just a moment until our next interview. And we're going to run some videos again to give you just a second to maybe stretch your legs like I need to. It's been a wonderful, long interview, but so much great information. Thank you to my team. We're going to run you a video.
Too tired, oh yeah, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go, as long as you know. Oh no, oh yeah. I always get mine. I always get what I want. I always get mine. I always get what I want.
Welcome back. Thank you for joining us today with the I Said Yes FL Wedding Show. We're coming to you live from our interview room at Hilton Orlando on International Drive. Quick reminder, we're just a few moments away from our virtual giveaway. These are only available to those of you who have joined us virtually. And so there are 3 amazing giveaways, but you have to do something to be entered. And we want to make sure you all get a chance to do that. So make sure you take a picture of yourself tuning in live. Post it and hashtag and tag I Said Yes FL. Thank you so much. Make sure you quick take that picture. We have about 25 seconds until I start my next interview. So that gives you 1 second. Take a picture. I know you're way faster than I am on Instagram. Again, I Said Yes FL, posting your tuning in picture, and that's how we're drawing the winner. So if you want to win a Kate Spade purse or tickets to our I Do's and Brews event in November, definitely want to make sure that you're tagging us. I am excited. We are just about done with our interviews. We haven't seen very many venues today, so I'm excited to have with us today Anthony. And Anthony, tell us who you're with.
So I am with Hilton Orlando in Celebration. We are located right off I-4 in the town of Celebration, right across the hospital. We feature 289 rooms in combination of classic rooms, 1-bedroom suites, 2-bedroom suites. All the suites have a fully functioning kitchen, pull-out couches, very comfy beds. We also have some space for dinner rehearsals and post-wedding brunches and breakfasts if anyone's interested in hosting their family once they come in, and we'll give them a good discounted rate for the rooms.
So that's really great. So something that you need to think about is when your family is traveling, right? So you've got family from out of town or even out of the country that you really want at your wedding. They need a place to stay. You want it to be comfy. You want it to be plenty of room. He said all of the rooms have a pull-out couch. And then you may not have thought about it. This is a really great thing. You said the brunch. And when you have guests from out of town, but you're getting ready to go on a honeymoon, you don't want to miss seeing them, right? Because I'm going to tell you now from experience, on wedding day, you're going to blink and you're going to be like, did I even shake my Aunt Margaret's hand? Did I hug her? Like, I don't even remember. And by doing your go-away brunch the next morning, you get to see all of those out-of-town guests one more time before you head out for your honeymoon. So tell us a little bit about maybe what a brunch is like.
Well, the brunch features your choice of station of mimosas or Bloody Marys. We do have a customized menu where you can choose anywhere from egg benedicts to, if you want, steak and eggs. So the brunches also include all the centerpieces, which are fairly nice. Any kind of linens and napkins, so that way we can match any theme if you want to just bring your wedding into the next morning brunch.
So just in case any of our listeners who are tuning in today, or maybe mom and dad who don't live here, but their children ask them to join in today and hear some things about wedding planning, Tell us how close Celebration is to the things that everybody wants to know
Oh,
in
wow.
Florida, right?
Very close, very close. So we also offer complimentary transportation to the
Very
Ticketing and
good.
Transportation Center for Walt Disney. And then our vendors also have transportation to SeaWorld, Universal Studios, the outlets, anywhere that you can possibly
He
imagine.
said shopping. Did you hear that? He said shopping. The
That's
outlets are all the
important.
shopping that are all the rage right near where you are, near all the attractions. So that's really good to know because a lot of people who are traveling from out of town for your wedding are going to want to make a wedding weekend or maybe even a week trip, right? And we are right here in Central Florida with all of the attractions. And so it gives a place for them to stay and have that complimentary transportation, which is huge because it can be a lot in parking and in fees and in toll roads that, that travelers don't know. So you have, tell me real quick how we can find you and how do I get in touch to maybe tour this space to see if it's something I'm interested in.
So right now, if you make it to the show, I am in booth 110.
Awesome.
Also, you can give me a call. My number is 407-964-7160. Once again, 407-964-7160. Or just come by the hotel. I'm there every day, all day. And if I'm not there, one of my team is more than happy to show you around the property as well as take you to the amenities that we have around town as well.
And this is Anthony with Malia, I don't want to get it wrong, Malia Orlando Celebration.
Correct.
Sometimes us in the vendor community be like shorten names, right? We're like Malia, but we want you to know it's Malia Orlando Celebration. This is Anthony. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you can make it by his booth today. Thanks so much. And we are getting so much closer to the end of this interview process. And we are excited to bring you another vendor. Thanks for joining us. I'm going to go ahead and let you introduce yourself and let you tell them the name of your company.
Okay, great. Well, thank you for having me.
Of course.
So the name of my company is Mary Kay Cosmetics. My name is Sarah Shinta. I'm a beauty consultant and sales director with the company. And we specialize in bridal makeup and skincare.
That's a wonderful thing to know. And I want to touch on the skincare, if you don't mind, for a moment. Because again, we've talked a number of times throughout the interview process today about taking care of ourselves, our whole selves before the wedding, right?
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about the skincare and why that's important before the wedding.
Okay, well, skincare is really important before the wedding, especially to start ahead of time, as soon as possible. Because on your big day, you want to look your best and have the best skin. And even when you're applying makeup, skincare is so much more important. You might hear all the time that your makeup will never be a 10 if your skincare is a 2.
Oh, wow. I love that. I have never heard that. So she said, your makeup will never be a 10 if your skincare is a 2. So it's important that that people talk to you, the couples talk to you. Can the grooms, do you do groom skincare also?
Yes, so we have a whole men's line.
Love it.
So anyone can use the products, men, women. We even have like a tween line too.
Good to know, because many of us have either tweens in our wedding party, or we're bringing our sister in, or we even have our own children, right?
Yes.
Who might want to have their makeup and their skincare in really good shape too. So that's good to know. So how far out should I contact you then if I'm interested in just specifically skincare at the moment?
Well, I would say as soon as possible is great to get started with a good skincare routine, for sure.
Because it takes a while, right? I'm not going to do it today and be perfect tomorrow.
Exactly.
It's going to take a little bit. So if I want to order makeup or skincare products from you or any of the other hundreds of products that you have, how can I do that? Do you do in-person appointments? Do I do it all online? How does that work?
Well, we can do both. So we love doing the Zoom appointments, virtual, but we also can do in-person and obviously be taking precautions and things like that.
If I want to sort of get all of my girls together and do some, kind of learn makeup tricks again, can you do that also?
Yes, so we can do skincare, like a spa session. We could do makeup, and we also offer day of services also.
I did not know that. Tell me a little bit about the day of services then.
Okay, well, that's one question a lot of people ask, like, do we offer day of services? And yes, so we do offer makeup services for day of the wedding.
I didn't know that. So Sarah with Mary Kay actually does day of also. So how can they connect with you? Because many of us know Mary Kay. It's a national company. So how do I find you?
Well, you can find me. I'm on Instagram, sarah.shinta. You can also
spell that for me.
Okay, so Sarah, S-A-R-A-H.
Yes.
And then Shinta is S-C-I-N-T-A.
So I think that's important because her name sounds a little different than it's spelled, right?
Yes,
and so
for
that's
sure.
on Instagram, you said.
Yes.
Are you on Facebook also?
I have Facebook.
Instagram's where to go though, right?
Yeah, I have Facebook, Instagram, I have it all. Or you could go directly on my website, which is marykay.com/Sarah Shinta.
Sarah Shinta, thank you so much for joining us. I learned some really amazing things. She's worked with us at I Said Yes FL for a long time, so we're so glad you're here again today.
You.
I know you have lots of brides out there that are looking forward to talking to you, so I hope you enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And again, we're just about done. Hello. Hi. Thanks for joining us. So I don't want to say the name wrong. So first of all, I'm going to say this is going to be a super sweet conversation.
Yes.
See how I did that? And you are new to working with us, so
We
I'm
are.
so excited. Tell us your name and the name of your company.
So my name's Stephanie. I'm the executive chef over at Shulala Pastries.
Shulala, got
yes.
it. Shulala, but it's spelled Choulala,
Yeah.
right?
So the way we get our name is we specialize in pâte à choux dough. And we're French, so ooh la la.
I get it. And you and I have communicated a little bit, but I'm excited to talk to you today. So tell me what service you bring to our engaged couples.
So instead of the traditional wedding cakes, we do croquembouches, and basically that is a cream puff tower. We also do them with our French macarons.
So in case you don't know what, and I always say it wrong, but croquembouche is how I say it. In other words, she just said she can do a tower of macaroons. I'm just making sure you all know that. That's what she just said. So tell us a little bit about what that means. Like, can I choose lots of flavors? Is that all?
Oh, yeah.
So tell me all about it.
Everything is customizable. We can do about 20 different flavors, but if there's something new, I'm up for the challenge and I'll make it happen for you.
What is your most popular flavor?
Probably the dark chocolate. Something
I'm one.
simple.
I'm done. Yeah,
caramel's a good one.
Yeah. Can I do them together?
Absolutely.
So if I came to you and I'm like, I want dark chocolate and caramel, and I want half on one side and the other side I want milk chocolate and caramel. You say, yep, Georgia, I got you.
Yeah, we're able to do up to 3 flavors on the croquembouche itself.
Okay.
Yeah, because after that, it gets a little too confusing, and then
But you can make them on the side for me too,
Oh, yeah,
right? You can
absolutely.
do my croquembouche and then I can have the extra flavors out, right? And so do you do the setup also? Does your team come out and set up?
Yes, we set it up. It's all included in the price. It ranges from $200 to $500, so it's not over the top. You don't have to worry about cake cutting either.
That's nice,
So-
especially right now, right? It's nice to know that that's something you can provide. Do you also, if I wanted them as a giveaway, do you do that also?
Yep, we can package those up and you can do a little giveaway at the end.
Do you let our couples know, do you have a brick and mortar if I just wanted to stop by one day and taste?
Yeah, we're located over on Park Avenue. If you live in Sarasota, we also have one in St. Armands.
I didn't know that. Good to know.
Yeah.
So down in Sarasota, because we're actually moving some of our events down to Tampa this year, so that's not that far.
Oh, yeah.
And so we'll be excited to be sharing that down there also. But she says she has a brick and mortar, so you can just stop in and try and taste some of her things. But if I want to consider you for my wedding, do I make an in-person appointment? How do I get to taste it like sort of more one-on-one and let you explain to me what you can do for me?
So when you get to that part, give me a call, an email. We'll set up a nice tasting and we'll go over all your needs.
We have about 30 seconds, so tell me something that maybe our couples don't know about what you do.
So I would have to say they just don't know what a cream puff is. Remarkably, they try it and it's just, they're blown away by it. Like, I use nothing but the real fruits, the real ingredients. There's no mixes, there's no artificial.
So that's important. That's what sets you apart, is you're using all fresh ingredients.
Yes.
So that's really important. It sets her apart. They use all fresh ingredients, and it's Shulala.
Yes.
And you're in, you said Park Avenue in Winter Park. Make sure that you check her out. I'm sure you have some sweets today also.
Oh yeah, we're giving away some of our French macarons.
So macarons today at the booth. So if you get to make it into the in-person event, make sure you stop by Chef Stephanie's booth at Shulala. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
I'm going to come and have one in just a few minutes.
I'll save you some.
All right. Yay. This is going to be a fun one too. Keep saying this. We get to work with so many of these vendors. We've been friends for a long time. We send hugs and kisses by email all the time. This is one of our amazing sponsors. And I'm going to give you the opportunity to talk about whichever or all of your companies that you want to talk about. This is Michael Thomas. He is our sponsor as Weddings, Inc. and our Inspiration Gallery. But you're also here with John Michael Catering Events and Celebration Gardens, correct?
That's correct.
So tell me about you and tell me about all of them.
Well, John Michael, it started with John Michael Events about 25 years
Oh my
ago.
gosh.
I know, can you believe that?
You must have
That's
been 5.
Crazy. And we started as a catering company, and then we worked our way into events. So we started doing these package events where we put all the different vendors together, and that's how we came across Weddings, Inc. So Weddings, Inc. is an all-inclusive package company. So your DJ, your photographer, your florist, all these different vendors are packaged together at about a 20% discount off the normal rate. And then, of course, we've all worked together for 10, 15 years, so it's super easy, no fuss, no muss. You still meet and plan directly with the vendors. And then recently we opened up our own venue, Celebration Gardens, which is a garden venue, which will be hosting the next CFWA event, which we're so excited about.
I know, that's going to be really cool.
But great for a garden wedding if you're looking for a garden wedding. Also great for rehearsal dinners and bridal showers, baby showers, things like that.
Yeah, it's really a beautiful location. We've done events there in the past, and we tend to book with you at least once a year. As I said, yes, so we love what they do. Their food is amazing. They actually catered my brother's wedding a couple of years ago. They did breakfast. So tell me a little bit about food also, since we're talking about John Michael Catering. Do you do just one kind of food? Can I say I really want a bacon bar? Like, let's talk about that. Are bacon bars still big? They were really big.
Yeah, we're still doing them.
Okay.
We do like a sriracha bacon, a brown sugar bacon, applewood, and we kind of string it up. It's really cool. It's, you know, kind of interesting because you see all these strips of bacon hanging there, but it's really neat because people are just like, oh my God, bacon, bacon, bacon.
I know, they
it's
love
not just
bacon.
the dogs that like bacon.
So if I wanted to meet with your team, and let's just start with the tasting, how can I taste the food that you have to see if it's a catering service that I'm interested in?
We do something a little unique. We actually do group style tastings, large group style tastings where we host anywhere from 80 to 100 people. So this gives you a chance to kind of see in an environment that would be similar to your wedding, you know, what the food would be like, how it'd be presented, and also our vendors that are in our packages are at these tasting events. So
that's
kind
wonderful.
of like a mini bridal show, so to say.
So
but
tell me
specific
real
to
quick, we have about 60 seconds left. I know it's hard to talk about 3 companies in 3 minutes, right? But tell me a little more about Weddings Inc., because that's who's in our inspiration gallery today. And I think you offer something really unique that no one else in the interview process has offered today, is you have these all-inclusive packages. Can you explain just a little more how we contact you and how that makes it easier for me as the couple coming to work with you at Weddings Inc.?
So when we say all-inclusive package, we're talking everything, including the venue. So many times we actually book the venue, and the venue will give us a discount. All the vendors have given us a discount, so then we extend that discount to you, so you have a real budget-friendly package. You don't have all these separate contracts. You still meet and plan directly with the vendor, so you'll go to the cake baker, have a tasting, but you don't have a contract with them. You don't have to worry about payment.
It's all with you.
Everything's with us.
That's wonderful. So he certainly makes it really easy for you. So we're done with our interview, but I want to make sure, again, you tell them the best way to reach you. It's up to you. You can say all 3 services or just Weddings Inc. Let them know how to reach you and your team.
You can get through us any way. Email is the way of the future, so that's the best way to get, because we're always busy helping other clients or out on our property. But yeah, give us an email. We'll set up a consultation. We can do that Skype, phone, or in person.
Wonderful. So certainly he's making it really easy for you, not just to get everything all in one place, but to contact him and his team as well. I know you've got some food going out there. What do you have today real quick? What food is out there?
We have a pernil with Pomeray mustard, sweet barbecue, and our garlic mashed potatoes.
Oh my goodness. So it is lunchtime. So if you missed eating lunch and you threw on your clothes really quick to come out to our in-person event, make sure you stop by the lobby where John Michael Catering and Events and Weddings Inc. and Celebration Gardens all are located, and make sure you have a little sample of his food. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
I look forward to tasting it myself.
Virtual hugs.
Yes, virtual hug. We're always sending hugs. All right, it is giveaway time. I am so thankful that all of you have joined us on our virtual show today. Again, I keep saying this. Remember, if you're ready to come on down, there's still plenty of time. We will do the grand prize giveaway at 3:45. Show ends at 4, so you have time to come and bring your tickets. Excuse my staff coming in front of the camera with my prize winners. I'm so excited. Thank you everyone for joining and posting and tagging. Make sure you're following us on all social platforms at I Said Yes FL. If you want to get onto our newsletter list and stay in the know on what's happening with us and in wedding planning, getting lots of tips in your email box once a week, make sure you go to ISaidYesFL.com. Click on I'm Getting Married and add your name to our newsletter list, and you'll be getting lots of updates and links directly to vendors and experts that can help you plan your wedding. All right, drum roll, we're so excited. The first winner is getting a set, so that's 2 tickets to our I Do's and Brews Ultimate Wedding Planning Night at Hourglass Brewery on November, my brain just quit working, 12th, November the 12th at Hourglass Brewery. We have Sierra, and I can't read the last name. It looks like Sierra, C-I-A-R-A. Make sure that you, are they going to reach? You're going to reach out to them, right? Sorry, this is what happens when it's live and you don't have the notes in front of you. We're going to reach out to you through our social platforms. Sierra, you are the winner of 2 sets of tickets. I cannot wait to see you at I Do's and Brews in November. And we are excited to give away, again, this is a 21+ event, complimentary samples of beer and wine. If you want to bring some friends with you, tickets are on sale on the website, and we also have a designated driver. Please remember to drink responsibly. Uber is your friend. And Dahlia, and I'm going to mess up your last name, it starts with a K. Dahlia, you've won a set of tickets. Thank you so much for joining us today. You have won tickets to I Do's and Brews in November at Hourglass Brewery. And my team is bringing me one more thing real quick. Thank you for the last winner. I'm so excited and I'm so jealous. I have to hold this in front of the camera. Hold on one second. Totally branded to I Said Yes with all of this purple. This beautiful brand new Kate Spade purse is going to Joanne. I'm going to mess it up. Caskew. Joanne, you have won our Kate Spade purse. Our team is going to reach out to you. We're going to have to get your mailing address so we can get this to you. We're so excited. Thank you again, everyone, for joining us. We look forward to seeing you at I Do's and Brews on November the 12th at Hourglass Brewing. You can get your tickets online right now, ISaidYesFL.com. Go to the shows tab, click on I Do's and Brews, get your tickets. And now hang tight for a short 30-minute clip as we close out the show of what I Do's and Brews looks like. See you there. Thanks, everyone, for joining us.